Welcome everyone to another session, bless you Kale, of Half-Rate Heroes. Thank you for joining us today. We have a fun little session for us ahead of us. So last week, as our heroes were taking a day to themselves, more or less, just kind of relaxing, doing whatever they wanted to do, they went to the local House of Knowledge. They got some information. They were trying to grab some information about this White Hand and how they're connected to all of this. And turns out that the proprietor, the librarian or assistant within the House of Knowledge, was somewhat connected to the White Hand. And the party convinced her to come into their custody inside the Harper headquarters. It was just after sundown when the party are just talking to her. She's secure in the headquarters when an explosion happens at the front door and the headquarters are under attack. So, with alarm bells and spells going crazy right now, with people running from corridor to corridor, with just the sense of urgency happening, what are you guys doing right now?
I just blast off to wherever the commotion's going.
Okay.
And as fast as my little legs can carry me, I will try to follow her.
All right.
So I'll say that they could have attacked us whenever they wanted. They must want her. Be pointing to the librarian. So I'll disguise myself as the librarian and follow Wampum and Nos.
Okay. She will ask, is it okay if I stay here, please?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I call
she'll
back.
Go and kind of cower behind a chair or something.
Keep us safe!
I'll follow Lafcadio.
Kale, are you going with?
No, I'll stay with the lady. I got no spells, so.
Okay. All right. So as four of the adventurers run off down the corridor, everything seems to be converging towards the main entryway. But just before you get to the entrance, one of the corridors has been completely broken down, and there's a couple Harper agents, a couple elves and humans just trying to break through the rubble right now. Overseeing this is Leosa Nolantha, the Harper spy master that you have dealt with on a number of occasions. As soon as he sees you all, he says, "Oh, thank goodness you're all here. Everyone's okay, right? Where's Kale? Is he okay?"
He's keeping our informant safe.
Oh, good. We're under attack.
Yeah.
How can we help?
So this way is blocked off. We've managed to
Windows.
secure another place. Well, we're all kind of underground up against the chasm, so there's only really one way in or out. What you could do is, if we can get this place open, you can go in and kill the things attacking us. Deal?
So right where we're at, like, this is the only way in and out? Right here?
This is the only way in and out.
So they can't get in?
Well, no, they're coming in. You want to stand here and defend it from here, or do you want a bit more space?
Well, I'm asking, if they can't get in, maybe we should leave this closed up, and like we could somehow get to the other side while leaving it down. Or is there some reason we would want to open this?
What I'm saying is this is going to break open when they try to come through anyway.
Oh,
so
I see.
Let's open it, get you in, close it behind, and then let you deal with those things for now.
I'm going to take out, what's it called? Iron Fang. And start blasting away at this rubble.
Okay. Have you attuned to Iron Fang yet?
No.
No.
I'm not attuned.
Okay. Fair enough. So it's a bit sluggish in your hands, but it's very effective at specifically this. We will be double checking everything in all the spaces, rooms, make sure everything's safe. Good luck.
Listen,
Yes.
you're a good agent, and the organization can't lose you. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Since there's only going to be 4 of you, I need to make a quick adjustment. Okay. And get rid of 2 of these things. Yeah. Balancing on the fly. There we go. All right. So, you guys, yeah?
It just might be me, but why is we letting them in?
We're
Well,
not
we're gonna-
letting
yeah.
them in. They're going to break through here into this tight corridor, which I think is not a good place to fight in. Tight spaces are never good places to fight in. So what we're proposing is rather than they break through the rubble that they've caused by the explosion, and we have to fight here, or you go through the rubble and fight them out there where it's a lot more open.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Never a dull day.
All right. So they'll finally get through with Iron Fang in helping very quickly, breaking it out. What you can see beyond is the courtyard and entryway of the Harper headquarters, just tattered and in rubble. What was once a large kind of circular space has glass all over the place. The floor is just jagged and broken with all these shards and pieces. The furniture that was here for seating and visiting is now thrown about the room, and immediately to the right is the open air of the chasm. As you step out, remember the Harper HQ is kind of tucked into the wall on the side of the Great Chasm inside Neverwinter. So I'm going to move us over to the map that represents that and get rid of Kale because he's not with us. So what you see right here is the open space, the white area, and the grey area is the remains of the entryway of the Harper headquarters. Everything that's brown is the chasm. Everything that's black is just straight drop down. Don't drop down. You don't want to do that. In front of you are a series of creatures that are just wreaking havoc right now. Not really designed in any way. They're very much just tearing at whatever they can grab. These creatures are, unbeknownst to any of you, as they happen to come from the world of Ravnica. Check out that book. Not sponsored, but this weird bat-like slash remor has creature is attacking the entryway. Before we roll for initiative on that, something else is going to happen, and he stayed behind, so this might make a big difference. Okay. She's cowering behind a chair. Kale, what are you doing?
I'll say calm down. I'll do my best to keep you safe, and then I'll go right to beginning to cast the augury spell.
Okay. Augury requires, 10 minutes?
1 minute, unless I want to cast it as a ritual, which I figure I don't have time for.
All right. So you begin casting your 1 minute spell.
Mm-hmm.
While that's happening, she pokes up out from behind the little chair she sat behind, hiding to watch what you're doing. She's a librarian of the House of Knowledge. She's interested. And she then begins to wave her hands a little bit and also join in the action of casting a spell.
Can I identify what sort of spell she's casting at a glance?
Roll an Arcana check. I would say if you want to stop and finish your augury mid casting, you can roll it normally. But if you're still concentrating on casting augury, then it's going to be at disadvantage.
Oh, augury's not that big a deal. I'll just stop. Oh boy, that was really. What'd you say, Arcana?
Arcana.
33.
Fair enough. She's currently casting Dimension Door.
How long does that take to cast? That's like one action, isn't it?
It's one action, so you have a limited moment to react.
Smack her hands.
I'll try and grab her hands, but she can't do the somatic part.
Unfortunately, the only thing you could really do is counterspell at this point to stop her from triggering the Dimension Door. So as you reach out to grab her, she's gone in a flash.
Huh. Should cast augury sooner. All right. I will curse and run off to help everyone else, I guess.
Okay. You'll be able to make it after a minute, because it will take some time to get through the corridors and get to the front. So, I'd like everyone to roll for initiative, except for Cat. These monsters. Yes?
While we were approaching this entry point,
Mm-hmm.
can I have motioned tactically for suggestions for people to go where I tell them to go?
Of course you can.
So that would be...
And you guys are more than welcome to reposition yourselves.
Something like that. And then I'm going to turn to Wampum and say, we have a bottleneck here. If we can funnel them towards us, we may be able to dispatch them easier.
That's what me was thinking when we were opening it up.
Indeed. Teo, I have an 18 initiative.
Okay. Let me add you in. Right click. There we go. Add to turn. The 18. Is anyone else missing from the turn order that is supposed to be there? Nope. Wampum, Taslin, Nos, Lafcadio. Okay. Looks like everyone's there. So, top of the round. As these creatures are attacking, Wampum.
Ooh. I like that.
Okay. Just realized I could hear it through Wampum as well as but not anymore. Not anymore. So, Wampum, what are you doing as these weird bat-like creatures are flapping and just tearing at everything?
I'm going to move to here.
Okay.
And throw me blast axe. For a 17 for 13 points of damage.
That will hit.
And then I'm going to throw it a second time for a 21 for 17 points of damage.
That's another solid strike.
And my third attack is a... Hold on. As I am using a dice to increase that 13 to a 22.
Okay.
For an
all right.
additional 17 points of damage.
That strike will also clip at the creature's wings.
And then
Nice.
I am going to move back to where I was.
All right. Taslin.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Chain Lightning at this one right here.
Okay.
So he needs to make a dexterity save. So I pull out a bit of fur and a piece of amber from my component pouch, and then a glass and 3 silver pins, and I just kind of hold them in my hand, cast, and let loose this bolt of lightning with my fingers.
Okay. It gets an 18. What is your
So-
spell save DC?
17, so it saves, but I can also launch 3 bolts to any 3 targets within 30 feet of it.
Okay.
So,
Does it take any damage on a success?
Yeah, it takes half damage, so it's going to take 5d8.
Okay. So I'm assuming the 3 targets you're going to pick are those that are within 30 feet of it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So it takes half the damage. So it takes 11 points of lightning.
sorry.
You say?
Yeah, I should have rolled 10 of them, though. And then he should have done half. My bad.
Wait.
I rolled 5d8
You just-
instead of 10d8. 10d8's the total. He takes half, so I did 5d8.
Right. Okay. Yes. So we never half the amount of die that's rolled. We always half
Okay.
the result.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the 10d8. Call lightning.
Cool.
Okay. So 34. We'll halve that down to 17 points of damage to the creature. Now the other 3 all have to make saves. So
Yep.
I have a 23, a 24, and a 17.
All of which save.
Okay. So all of them take. Okay, you're re-rolling. That's fine.
Would you
So-
like me to, or?
No, re-rolling is perfectly fine. Just we'll do that for everyone now. So
Okay.
47 halved down to 23. 24 for the next one. And 32 halved down to 16. Okay. Anything else from you, Taslin?
I will back up 5 feet. And that'll be it.
Okay. Then, with incredible speed, they will all start charging towards you guys. So the first one, the one that has been attacked quite a lot, is going to fly around towards Wampum. In reaching this position, it is actually going to screech a horrifying, frightening screech that just seems to echo out to all of you. I need every single one of you to roll wisdom saving throws.
$19.
Wampum will use his Abominable and roll that save again.
Okay.
16 for me.
And a 15 for Wampum.
I'll do
Okay.
14 with my saving face.
14 with your saving face. Okay, so that does mean that all of you are successful. So, well done there. Good job. You are immune to being frightened by that one. However, flying in towards 10 feet of Nos. Nos is welcome to attack it as it approaches.
I'll poke
If
it.
Nos would like to. Okay,
I'll poke it.
give it a poke.
16.
The 16 will just about manage to hit. It cuts along the creature's long abdomen. Yeah, abdomen. For 15
Whatever that
points
part
of
is.
slashing damage. Yeah, the body. All right, so as it approaches, it is going to start screeching as well. I need wisdom saves from everyone again, please.
17.
I got a 2.
Oh
7.
no.
19 for Wampum.
Okay, so Taslin, did you say you got a 17?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Wampum and Taslin, you guys are fine. You are immune to that creature frightening you. However, unfortunately, looks like Lafcadio and Nos are considered frightened now. So you, just like the normal conditions for frightened, you can't move any closer to the target of your fear. But you are frightened for a minute. Regardless of whether or not the creature survives. But at the end of your saves, you can make end of your turns, you can make another save to try and come back out. flying. Actually, he flew forward, didn't he? Yep, 30 foot. So he'll fly back a little bit. You know, they've got 60 foot of fly speed. So we have run in 35 feet to attack Nos. Nos, as you are frightened, this flying horror has advantage on attacks against you. Only gets to make one though. That's a natural 20. Yep. It's a natural 20. So, it's going to hit. Let me get my dice. Rolling physical dice again. So, that'll end up being 2d6 plus 8d6 psychic. I know I've got enough d6s here.
If not, I think you just roll what you got.
We can do that. So it's the normal attack is 1d6 plus 5 for slashing damage, plus 4d6 psychic. But
he just enjoyed making all that noise, is what it was.
I did. All right. So let me do some quick maths. Here we go. That's 36 points of damage. No, plus 5, so 41 points of damage there, Nos, on that attack. You're not resistant to any damage, are you?
Nope, didn't get a rage off. Haven't had one yet.
All right. So that's one. It's then going to fly out 25 feet that it's got left. We have another that will run in, attack with advantage. That is 20 to hit.
Who's going for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. So just a normal strike. It'll be... that's 11 points of slashing plus 20 points of psychic. So 31 points. Wait. 12, 20, 18... 26 points of slashing. Sorry, I calculated that wrong. 26 points of slashing damage. Psychic on that one. No.
So how much total?
Sorry, 26 total for that attack. Sorry. Then he'll... where did he come from? He came from 45 foot, so he'll move another 15 foot away. Another will 45 foot... move towards, again, Nos. That's 14 to hit.
Miss.
Even with the advantage. Okay, and then he'll move 15 foot out. These guys have all acted. Flying 50 foot towards Wampum. I have a 14 to hit. It's going to fail.
That's going to bounce off the shield.
Okay. It will fly away from you, provoking an attack of opportunity if you'd like to.
That I would. 13 to hit.
Unfortunately, that's going to miss. I have another that will approach close to you all, but not actually close enough to make any sort of attack. It's going to try its Screech. So I need wisdom saves from those that are not frightened. So Taslin and Wampum, please roll wisdom saves.
15 plus 6 is a 21.
Wampum has an 11.
Okay. That means Wampum is now frightened. Taslin is not. And the last will move in to attack Wampum at advantage. That'll be a 21 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. And then it'll back away. That'll end all of the flying horrors' turns. Nos.
First, I would like to request that you put indicators on which ones are attached to me and Wampum's frightenedness, because then I can't move closer to it.
True.
Which
All right.
one?
So the creature that Wampum is. Oh, that was an accident. Go back where you were. Okay. The creature that Wampum is frightened of has the green dot. I'll put a green dot on Wampum for that. The one that you are frightened of, Nos, has a red dot on it, and so I'll give you
Christmassy.
I'll give you and Lafcadio red dots. There you go.
Okay. I would like to rage.
Okay.
Grr. Yeah. And then I will step here, and I will begin to attack that one.
All right. It's flapping furiously to keep itself aloft, but it's still within melee range of you. So go ahead, strike away. Whew.
The 24 and a 23.
Both of those will hit it. Jab. Slash.
And pop a Divine Fury on that.
Okay.
Yep.
As the second strike comes in, the creature screams, but a different kind of howl this time as its blood kind of splatters out on towards you. This creature will fall dead.
Nice. And I'm going to step back to where I was.
Okay. Anything else from you, Nos?
Do I get to reroll Wisdom?
Yes, you do.
14.
You successfully beat that fear.
Yay!
Lafcadio.
I am going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Flame Strike, which is going to be right. Oh, I have the wrong tool selected. It's a 20-foot radius, so it should be able to get these 5. I'm sorry, a 10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter.
Okay. So if you're going from this position, it will not get that one. It will just get these 4.
Let me just double check.
Correct.
Description. 10-foot radius. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll get those fellas. It's a DC 18 Dex.
Okay. So these creatures are not proficient in any saving throws, but they've still got a pretty decent dex. So I've got a 23, a 10, an 18, and a 17. So 2 of them succeed, 2 of them fail.
Yep.
Okay.
And the one I'm afraid of, I'm going to do an extra 5 points of radiant damage via my Radiant Soul feature.
Okay, so how much damage do you actually deal to the creatures? Because that readout has a lot of damage there that I don't think actually applies. So how much damage do you actually apply?
Oh, the Radiant Soul was already in there. My bad. All right, so it's the 46 fire, which is 12, and 46 radiant, which is 17.
Okay. All right. And the Radiant Soul of 5 was already included in that fire, radiant, right?
That should just be 5.
Yeah, it should just be 5. Okay. Yeah. So as this blast of flame goes out, it's both fire and radiant flame. You watch as the flames almost die out very quickly. They have just a normal effect on these creatures, but that radiant damage seems to burn the flesh away of these creatures a lot more. They are vulnerable to radiant damage, and as such the total of 22 points of radiant damage becomes 44 plus the 12 points of fire. So I have a success, which is right. The Radiant Soul damage is not halved on a success. It's just the normal one that is halved. So 17 points of radiant damage plus 12 points of fire, and then on top of that another 10 points of radiant because of the vulnerability. We'll do that again. That drops them quite considerably down. The other two will just die. Okay. Well done there. The source of your fear is gone, but you are still considered frightened until you make that save. Anything else from you, Lafcadio?
Nope, that's it.
Nope. Okay. Then make a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
9.
Still frightened, unfortunately. Wampum.
All right, the one that is right in my face.
Yep.
I'm going to swing at. So the first attack is going to be a 16 for 16 points of damage.
That will hit and slice straight through the stomach of this creature.
All right, then I am going to back up 5 feet to there.
Okay. Oh, also, the source of your fear is within line of sight, so you have disadvantage on any attacks that you make.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And I am going to throw at this one.
Okay. So go ahead and throw at disadvantage.
Disadvantage is is a 17 to hit
Okay.
for 17 points of damage.
All right.
I am going to make the fireball explode.
Okay. So as the blast axe connects with its target, it doesn't come back immediately. It actually sinks and sticks itself right into the body and then just explodes outwards as if it were a fireball.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
That was the fireball sound.
Yeah.
As the fireball explodes, Wampum, unfortunately, you are still within the radius of it, so I need you to roll a dexterity save as well as all of the creatures that are there.
It is a 14.
Okay. If I remember rightly, that is a failure.
Because it's a DC 15, correct?
It's a DC 15. So on the creatures, though, I've got a 20, a 24, and a 14. So one of them fails. 2 of them succeed. It's 8d6 of damage. Since you're dealing it, would you like to roll 8d6?
Sure. That is 23 points of damage.
Okay, so you take 23 points of damage. One of these, which we will say is the source of the fear, will also take 23 points of fire damage and die. The others will take half, which is 11. It won't kill the one that was actually attacked by the blast axe, but it will kill the one right next to it, who was just completely obliterated out of surprise.
All right, and then I am going, my last attack, I'm going to throw again at the one that's still alive.
Okay, now that the source of your fear is dead, you no longer have the disadvantage. Go ahead and...
That would be a 29 to hit.
That'll
for
hit.
13 points of damage.
All right.
And this is going to be... I want to roll a DC 17 wisdom save, please.
That will be, with wisdom, an 18. So it succeeds.
He succeeds.
Yep.
He is not frightened of me, but he does take a additional 3 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Kale disappeared. Anything else from you, Wampum?
That is it. Actually, since I can move towards it, I'm going to move back to where I was.
Okay. All right. Taslin?
All right. I am going to cast...
Wampum, real quick, sorry. Wampum, make a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
A 20.
There we go. No longer frightened. Okay.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at level 2. And I'm going to make 2 attacks against the one on the side that Wampum is, and then 1 attack against the one that is on the side Nos is.
Okay.
A 14.
A 14 will miss.
A 25.
The 25 will hit.
And then the last one is a 24.
That will also hit. Okay. So 1 hit on each of them.
Yep. And that will be 2d6 damage. That'd be 8 on the first one, and 4 on the second one.
Okay. As the first one dodged away from the first scorching ray, the second beam came in, caught it, and actually killed it. The last one took the other one, is still healthy and alive. Anything else from you, Tesla?
Yeah, I'm gonna move out of sight of it.
Okay. The last of the flying horrors runs right in towards Nos, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a 30, which is a natural 19.
Which is a crit for you, so go ahead and roll that damage.
That's 22.
22. Okay. You sure it's 22?
Well, yeah.
21.
21.
21.
Yeah.
But your Divine Fury
No, that
is
doesn't count.
radiant damage?
That didn't count, because you gotta do it on your turn.
Okay, fair enough. So as you strike at this thing with that powerful crit, it's still alive. I'll wait till he puts his headphones back on. Oh, I guess he's gone. All right, so it's going to attack you. That will be 21 to hit.
Okay,
Us.
that'll hit.
Does that hit you? Okay. So the initial slashing is 13 points of slashing damage, but you're raging now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is halved to 6 points of slashing damage, and then psychic damage on top of that is 10 points of psychic damage. So all in all, 16 points of damage.
Okay.
FYI, Kale, the dismount was far more graceful than the return.
Can you score it like one out of 10?
3.
3?
4.2. Just wasn't doing it for me, dog.
All right.
Yeah. I would say the dismount was a solid 8. I almost missed it. But the return, 3.4.
Oh, I wasn't going for stealth, but sure, that's fine.
Okay. All right. That was the last of the flying horrors. It has run in. It attacked. It only moved 15 foot, so it is going to flap away 45 foot to get a little bit away from you guys.
It
Nos.
thinks I can't hit it from there. What?
Yeah. You want to go jump off the ledge?
Yep.
Go on. Okay.
Okay, so I'll go and I'll run and I'll jump and I'll descend, and then as soon as I pass the lip of the canyon, you see her bust back up because she's got her flying flippers.
Got a flying flippers on. Yep.
I'm thinking, what is she doing?
Flippers, right? So you've been walking around with big floppy feet. This whole time.
Oh yeah, it doesn't hinder me any, so why not?
Fair enough. All right, big steps. All right, so you launch up into the air. Go ahead and attack.
That is a 18 and a 21.
And there's almost a look of surprise on this creature's face, as it's surprised you're able to fly like that. Almost swimming through the air. Those both hit. Okay. With both of these strikes and the fact that the radiant is doubled, it's vulnerable to it, that creature screams in pain as it slowly floats down, having been killed.
And
That's
then
the
bonus
last
action,
of
cloak
these
billows.
creatures. while still flying, your cloak is billowing out in front of everything, and that's when Kale arrives through the hole.
Did they close the hole up behind them? Because that's what they said they were going to do.
Yes, but seeing you running up, they'll open it up for you if you want.
All right. How big is this hole?
It's just big enough for you to be able to jump through.
Can I see?
Somersault on the floor.
See through it?
Yeah, you can.
All right. I see the Lafcadio first, I imagine, because he's in the back there.
He's at the back. Yep.
And I'll shout, "Is everyone okay?"
I have the worst headache in my entire life.
Okay, so yes.
Well, you see the librarian standing out there is what Lafcadio looks like.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Leosin still here by the wall?
He ran off to do something else. He'll be back in a minute or so.
Something else, huh? Is there there are other Harpers around, I imagine? Is there anybody from the Harpers nearby?
Yeah, there's a bunch of low-level watchers that have been getting ready to be backup just in case you guys fail.
Sure.
Just in case.
I will ask the nearest one how far underground we are.
The city surface, sir, is about 300 foot above us.
Okay. Good to know. I will shout through the hole. I will say, the librarian teleported away. She probably went to the surface.
Why would she do that?
Yeah, that's why I didn't answer.
There could be a lot of reasons, but let's try and find her first.
All right, I'm going. Someone grab onto me.
Sweetheart.
As
are you
I
going?
say that, I was going to plan on Dimension Dooring right up to the surface. Probably with Lafcadio, because he's within 5 feet of me.
He has to be willing, so when you grab Lafcadio librarian, Amara, her name was, I think. No, Suta. There we go. So Lafcadio Suta, you grab him and Dimension Door up to the surface.
Yep. Before that all kicks off, can I use my sense of insight, perhaps, to try to connect the dots between her willingly bamfing out and the appearance of these guys when we came out there just randomly tearing up the courtyard? How they weren't looking for anything, how they weren't trying to get in. Can I discern something from that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll an insight check. Seems like you're on the right kind of tracks anyway.
Ooh, natural 20.
There we go. So,
no modifier.
Yeah. These creatures that were attacking this door, clearly by just the way that they were attacking, they weren't trying to break through. They weren't trying to get in or destroy anything. They just wanted destruction. This was clearly a distraction.
Guys, I think we've been...
With her dimension dooring moments before, or just as the distraction happens, yeah.
I think we've been duped. I think Suda was working for the enemy the entire time.
Great. You can share your theory after we find her again, because she's still in the city somewhere, as far as I could tell. The spell only took her up to 500 feet away.
Well, let's go find her.
So, it's a big city with lots of people in it. There's a bit of commotion localized to the chasm, but thankfully it's lowered down into the chasm, so very few people actually know about the attack that just happened. So, what are you going to be doing to try and find Suta?
Do one of your magical types have some type of spell that can locate this woman?
I sure do, but I can't cast it. I'm spent. I've had a very trying day magically.
And I have no spells of that sort.
And
all right.
I guess that figures with you, elf type.
Well, do you guys mind if we tell, is anyone against the idea of telling Lord Belvedere what just happened? Because this is his city, and he should know.
Well, we don't know if he's an accomplice to it or not. All we have is the word of someone that we suspect may have just betrayed us. So
So what? Ask around?
yeah, just fly around. That's the best we can do. Ask guards if they've seen anybody fitting her description.
And it had to have been a place she was familiar with that she would have dimension doored to. Within 500 feet.
It could have been just literally anywhere within 500 feet. You can describe a direction and an amount of space and go there.
Mm-hmm.
But my bet is on the surface. Unless, and I'll ask one of the Harpers nearby, is there a chamber farther underground from here?
Yes, our complex is at least 8 levels deep.
All right, great.
Hello,
Could you scour it looking for someone who looks like her? And I point at Lefcadio, who I assume hasn't dropped his disguise yet.
But not her, right?
But not her. Someone else,
looking
a
for
different
someone that
person
looks...
who looks exactly like that, though.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We'll do that.
Right.
Great.
Well, I guess if this was a distraction, if this whole bit was a distraction, presumably she had known about it ahead of time. If she is a villain, do you think her intent was to get into the Hopper HQ and find something within?
To identify it, at least, that would be a big one.
Right, and it's possible that she's still in here somewhere, right?
I'm going to go up and check from the sky.
Good idea.
Yep.
Okay. What are you looking for in the sky? You're just looking for her amidst all of the people?
Yes, but I'm going to follow a route that leads me past, was it the graveyard that was the known portal, existing portal to the Shadowfell that was guarded by the Guardians of the Shadow? Yeah, so I'll make a route, I'll cut past there, and then after that I'll head up towards Lord Belgadir's place. And I'm not just looking for her, but I'm also looking for people being off-put, like they just got jostled, or anything that looks particularly out of place.
Okay, roll a perception check.
That'd be 12.
You don't... What's your... Oh, your passive is even worse. Okay, so 12... You don't see any sort of evidence of that. It seems almost as if the surface of the city is completely unaware of everything that's happening just below the city level. That'll take you a couple minutes to do. By the time you get back, Leosin Erlenthar is also returning, poking his head through the hole. Intruders inside. Lower levels. Help.
All right.
On it.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'll go with them and I'll say, someone let Nos know.
So it's
What was
about the same timing as Nos returning, so.
All right, cool.
Okay.
The fight ain't done, me girl. It's down deeper.
I catch a second wind, and then I say, point me to the villains.
Right. So Leosin leads you down a couple tunnels, and he is sprinting as fast as he can. You realize he's pretty quick. He's a monk-like individual, so his normal running speed is 50 foot at minimum. So he's slowing down a little bit to keep you guys within view. And as he runs towards a dead end in a corridor, he just disappears through the wall.
I'll follow him.
You
I'll keep
follow
running.
him. You run straight through the wall, and you run into what looks like a circular shaft. And you guys are stood on top of a Tensor's floating disc that fills the space. Oh. At that point in time, as soon as the last of you are on, Leosin waves a hand over a sigil on the wall, and the Tensor's floating disc begins to lower down this vertical cylindrical shaft. After a little while, another rune appears on the wall. He waves his hand again to stop the Tensor's floating disc, and it encourages you to rush outside. I'm going to go down these corridors. You guys go down these ones. We've already got some Harper agents fighting to stop. There are a couple intruders that we weren't expecting that have managed to get inside. We don't know what they're up to. Please get them.
So as we were on this elevator,
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt. I would like to have tried to read his thoughts with my channel divinity.
Yosin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He has to make a wisdom save
Correct.
at that point, right? Okay. That's a failure. So, yeah, you can read his thoughts.
All right. So as he was, taking us up on the elevator, what was he thinking about?
Please don't. Well,
Don't
I'm
read
trying
my
to find the
mind.
wording. No, he's terrified that this could escalate and get worse. He wants to make sure that the damage is minimized and localized.
I'd like to ask him real quick. What's the nature of the intruders? Did you hear anything about them? What they look like? What they're doing? What's happening?
And Tazin will add on to that. Is there anything of importance that's stored here that they may or may not be after? Which would be your best guess?
Yes, we have some vaults that contain delicate artifacts that may be under attack. In fact, that's kind of where we're going.
Is he thinking specifically about which artifacts, what they do, what they're called and stuff?
Yeah.
In his mind, a few artifacts run through his mind. One in particular, where the intruders seem to have approached to. All the signs seem to be leading towards the vault that holds that damned sword, as he calls it.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds good. I will not suggest anything to him. Because
Thank you. All right. So he kind of pushes you out, follow the corridors, and just stop whatever you can find that isn't a Harper. We've not been able to get a good view on these people. They've been incredibly stealthy and assassin-like. So please help. And he'll tear off down one corridor. You guys go down another, unless you want to follow him. But he kind of would like to spread out.
I'll go the way he suggested.
yeah, no, it's a good idea. I think we could trust him. Seems on the level.
All right. Then, as you're looking for intruders, potential danger, are you guys moving quickly, stealthily? What is it that you guys are? How are you approaching this endeavor?
At a brisk pace, but I'm keeping my eyes out for any signs of battle, any injured Harpers or dead bodies.
Okay. So, mechanically speaking, if you're running and sprinting, you have disadvantage on perception checks to try and find someone.
I wouldn't be sprinting.
If you're trying to move slowly for stealth, you're slow, but you can stealth. If you're moving at a normal pace, then you've got a good even route.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd be moving at my normal pace.
All right, fair enough. Then perception checks from everyone.
24.
I'm looking at my feet, liking how the webbing of the flippers. Yeah. I got a 1.
14 plus 6.
Wampum got a 26.
Okay.
20 for me.
25.
Then, as you guys start making your way around a few corridors, eventually you'll hear some really harsh cackling and giggling as you hear the splatter of blood, and then and you'll find you're coming around a corner with 4 Gith.
So that's definitely ominous enough for me to know that I'm about to charge into battle around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get off a rage before initiating combat?
Totally, and you guys can decide how you're approaching. I know I've put you guys in a formation there, but feel free. That's the direction you're coming from. Position yourselves however you would. You're not moving through in any way to be stealthy, and so they will not be surprised. They'll be expecting your arrival as you come around the corner. Now, this map, what you can see, it's just roughly drawn corridors and rooms. The red lines indicate doorways that open up in the direction of the triangle pointing. Okay? All right. Then if everyone is positioned as they would, we're going to roll for initiative. This time the Gith will act on individual initiatives.
16 for me.
What is it again? 3.
Plus 4. Okay. Just going to add all of their turns.
A good one of them got 0.
No, none of them got 0.
You haven't changed it yet.
All right, so I have Nos, I've got Wampum, I've got Lafcadio already in. Kale, what was your initiative?
8.
8. Okay.
8.
Taslin?
16.
16.
Sure.
Okay. Well, popping into descending order, one of the Githzerai actually get to act just a little bit quicker than you guys do, which is neat. So I will have him move in. Movement speed, 30 foot. Okay. Right, these individuals, these Gith, so yellow-skinned guys, they look like they're wearing basic robing. They're not wearing armor in any particular way. He runs straight towards you all. So this, who is it? It's this one. Okay. Come on, let me select him. Pops around the corner and runs right towards Nos, which will provoke an attack of opportunity, if you wish to take it.
That's a 24 to hit.
That is going to hit.
It's 15 slashing.
Okay. As you slash at his side, he comes in with 2 quick jabs with his fists. Unarmed strikes. So the first of those is going to be a 24 to hit. The second is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yep, both.
Both of them hit. Okay. As he hits you, that will be the first attack. Oh, it would be a lot of dice. So, just going to type it out.
He gets a lot of dice for his sword attack.
For his basic unarmed strikes,
Wow.
he deals bludgeoning and psychic. So,
Because you're
so with the first attack, that is 10 points of bludgeoning. So resistant to that, so 5 points of bludgeoning, and then 20 points of psychic damage with the crack. Your rage doesn't resist from the psychic, unfortunately. And the second strike was going to be 9 points of bludgeoning, so halved down to 4 points of bludgeoning, plus 11 points of psychic. And that
Still
was
stand.
25 foot. So he will stay where he is. Lafcadio.
Right. I'm going to take a few steps to the left. And right in the middle of those 3 up there, I'm going to cast Synaptic Static.
Okay.
That's DC 18 intelligence save for those 3.
Okay, fair enough. So, being that they are psionic to a degree, they're actually pretty good at intelligence saves. So, I have a 24, an 18, and a 17.
So it's 1 fail.
1 failure. Okay. So, the one that failed, being the one at the back, he takes 8d6 psychic damage.
32 points. And the others
Okay.
take 16.
Right.
The one who has failed has muddled thoughts, giving him a a minus D6 on his attacks.
Okay. I will mark him off as muddled. Okay. Anything else from you, Lafcadio?
I'm going to take 2 steps back. And then I'm going to use as my bonus action my healing light to,
Okay.
and I'll shout at Nos, say, "Don't give up! We'll get him!" And give her 19 HP's worth of healing.
Nice. Okay. Taslin.
Gonna move 15 feet to the right, and I will cast my favorite spell, Blight, on the one facing Nos.
Okay.
So I need a Constitution saving throw, and I'm upcasting it at level 5.
So for a con save, I've got a 19.
He passes.
Takes no damage.
Half as much.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage then.
88. All right. And I had upcast this to 98. Okay. So 18. Necrotic.
Okay. So 18 points of necrotic damage. Not bad. Well, actually, really bad for you, by the looks of it.
I know.
Yeah. Anything else, Taslin?
No, that will be it for me.
Okay. The muddled one now gets to act. He's going to run forward and dash to Kale. But once he gets there, won't be able to do anything once he does.
You can
Wampum?
make his intelligence save again.
That's a good point. No, that's a fail. So he's still muddled. Wampum?
Alright, so I am going to start by attacking him.
Okay.
That's a... I'll try a 14.
That will miss.
Okay. Second attack is a 19 for 16 points of damage.
The 19 would hit, but he's going to use his reaction to cast shield, and that'll miss.
Okay. Third attack is going to be a since I knew he cast shield, I'm going to add a die to it. So
Okay.
it's a total of 24 to hit.
That will hit. Which one were you attacking? The one in front of Nos or the one that was muddled?
The one in front of us.
Okay. So, yeah, that will hit.
For 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And he can make a DC 17 wisdom save.
All right. That's a success.
Okay. He is going to take a additional 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
For that one's going to miss because it's
Yes,
a
it will.
14.
Mm-hmm.
30 to hit for 14 points of damage.
That 30 will do it. Okay. He's still up.
And last attack is another 30 for
Okay.
15 points of damage. And make a DC 17 wisdom save. I am trying to goad him into attacking me.
Okay. With his wisdom, that's going to be a 23.
He passes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Then we go to Kale.
I will. Shit.
Well, not on the floor. Please.
It wouldn't drop to the floor. I still have my pants on.
Hold on.
Just have to live with it.
What was that?
Holding on.
He does take an additional 6 points for the goading attack.
Okay. Then that will kill him.
Okay, good. I will take the dodge action. I'll get my shield up and get ready to get hit.
Okay. Is that it for you?
Yep.
Okay. And we have one Githzerai 30-foot run to get to there. Once he's there, he's going to cast a spell.
And I am within counterspell range.
Are you going to counterspell?
Yeah, I will. I
Okay.
feel like I'm contributing. I'll counterspell at level 3.
Okay. Roll a spellcasting ability check. This is higher than 3rd level.
That's a 19.
That is a success. You successfully counter his attempt at that spell. Okay. That is his turn done. And then the other one will run forward. Make it not quite close enough. So he's going to dash around. It will have him entering and then exiting Wampum's melee range. So Wampum can make an attack of opportunity if he wishes.
A 16 for 13 points of damage.
The 16 will miss.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then we go to Nos.
Real quick, when you said, when we were starting this fight, you said before we turn the corner, we hear some maniacal laughing and like a splorch sound?
Yeah, little splatter sound.
What, can we see what was making that?
You can't quite see the damage that was caused that made the splat sound, but make a perception check.
9.
Okay. In the heat of battle, you can't quite tell what might have been causing that, even with your passive of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will run right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to start laying into this guy that's going after Kale.
All right. It's running up behind to get the flanking bonus. Go ahead and make your attack with advantage.
16.
16 will miss.
Okay. 25.
25 will hit.
All right. That's 17 slashing on top of 6 radiant. And
Okay.
then half attack. Yeah. Half attack. 28.
Yeah, that'll hit him.
12 slashing. And then I'm an action surge.
Okay.
Keep going. That is a natural 19.
There we go.
That's
26 points of damage, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Kill.
Oh, that's another
Yes.
natural 19.
So this is a flurry of swipes with that glaive, 2 of which are incredibly powerful. This guy dies. So just describe that to me.
Okay. All right.
Creative.
So, yeah, so her motions are so fast that as soon as she's done making a tear through one side, it kind of, whenever she does this, it's going through his torso, by the way, just that whole upper body portion. So one slash, and it kind of moves his body this way. And then I come back around with the other slash, and it moves his body that way. And so it ends up so that his bottom half goes left, his midsection goes right, and then his head just...
And his head just falls to the floor, staring up at you with surprise and anger all mixed into one.
Oh, he had
Anything
time to
else?
acknowledge any of that. Impressive.
No, not at all. Not at all. Just natural reaction. Everything kind of opens up. Anything else, Nos?
I think I'm going to step over him and kind of like eye the other Gith past Kale's shoulder.
Okay. Just crossing him off. There we go. All right, then we go to Lafcadio because the one that was up by Nos is dead already. Nice and
Right.
quick, guys. Well done.
I will run up to that fella,
Mm-hmm.
and I will throw out my +2 fancy net to try to restrain him. 29 to hit.
That will hit.
And that's it. I'll oh wait, no, I can use my crossbow against him, so I'll use that. I'll take a shot. I think I have advantage, so 26.
Is that a bonus action to do that?
Yeah, with my crossbow expert feat.
And the net is considered a light weapon that allows you to do that? Because crossbow expert feat requires you to...
We can look it all up again.
Yeah.
Crossbow expert. Boop.
So,
when you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to attack with the hand crossbow you are holding.
oh, so it's one-handed, not light. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So you throw the net, you fire the crossbow. He is restrained by the net, so the 26 will hit.
10 piercing.
Yeah, 10 points of piercing. Okay.
That's it.
All right. Then Taslin.
All right, let's see. I am 35 feet, so I will move 5 feet to the left, 5 feet to the left, and I will pull out my wand of magic missiles and use it at the one that's fighting Kale and everyone else, and cast it
Okay.
with 3 charges, so at 3rd level.
All right.
All right,
That would be 5d4 plus 5.
5d4 plus 5.
Okay.
4 plus 5.
5d4 plus 5. The magic missiles launch towards him. Reaction shield.
That's okay.
Okay.
That was my goal.
All
To
right.
not waste spell slots. And then I'll back up 15 feet.
Okay. It's his turn. In this position, being restrained as he is, doesn't really like that. So instead... Restrained means he has no movement. So he is going to begin to cast a spell.
I will counterspell, because if I don't get spells, then he doesn't get spells, and I'll burn a 3rd level slot, I guess.
Okay, make a spellcasting ability check.
All right. That would be a 16.
That fails to counter his counterspell. So fails to counter his spell. As the spell he's casting was an innate spellcasting ability to once per day cast Plane Shift. As he is grappled, well, not grappled, but restrained, he's going to plane shift himself away. Because I could try it on someone else, but probably won't. So he disappears. Goes. The net just... Does the net go with him?
Well, if you use Dimension Door to escape a net, you would think that the net wouldn't go with if he plane shifted.
You would think. Let me just double check. Plane shift. Yeah. Okay. So the net drops to the floor. Okay. And then we move to Wampum.
Wampum is going to get in front of the cardio and throw the axe 3 times at this guy at the corner, which a 29 for 12 points of damage.
29 will hit.
A 21 for 16 points of damage.
He will shield that so it misses.
Okay. And a 26 for 16 points of damage.
That will go through.
I am going to use my last superiority die to make him roll a DC 17 wisdom save.
Okay. That is actually a 16, so he fails.
So he is frightened of me for a additional 7 points of damage.
Okay. Now the fear doesn't have any special things. It's just that the normal generic fear, which is can't move closer to you willingly, and any attacks he makes are at disadvantage. Right?
Correct.
Okay. In which case, we will now move to Kale.
Can I see that dude?
From there, yeah, you can. Just about.
All right. Does he have cover for me?
Not really, not that much.
All right. I will point Lightbringer at him, and I will cast a firebolt. I rolled a 4, so that's
going to miss. It just fizzles off of a shield that's around him.
Yeah. Okay. The end.
All right. Well, it's his turn now. He is frightened, so he can't get any closer, which kind of does hamper some things. So instead, he will cast a spell.
I am not going to counterspell it.
No, because you've already counterspelled. All right. I need... I'll have Taslin, because you've been so annoying to this gift. I need Taslin to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sweet. Okay. That would be an 8 total.
8 total. Okay. On a failed save, the target becomes frightened for the duration of this spell, which is a minute. At the end of each of the target's turns before the spell ends, the target must succeed on a wisdom save or take 4d10 psychic damage.
All right.
Okay. So you are frightened. If you are still frightened at the end of your turn, you will take that damage. All right. And then he will back up. He's frightened. Why not? Yeah, he'll actually. No, he'll. Let me go back where I was. He'll step into the room to hide a little bit. All right, we go up to Nos.
He ran down the hallway, girl.
Yeah, I guess I'll go after him. I'll get there. And I will simply ready an attack in case he comes back within reach.
Right. From this position, you can now see what made that splurge sound. And there is a whole host of Harper agents on the floor, each with their heads exploded.
Okay.
Okay. Then Lafcadio.
All right, I'll use my feline agility to get some extra speed, and I'll go through there and be right up
you'll
next to
see
him.
him.
As you're passing Lafcadio, I'm gonna be like, see if you can capture him. I'd like to know what the hell is going on.
I'll throw my net at him, not my +2 net, my mundane one. Boop. 27 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and I will hand the crossbow. Follow that with is a natural 1, so it's a miss. Wait, I have advantage because he's restrained.
Yes, you do. So a 22, which will hit for 11.
All right.
Okay.
And I'll say, sir, we have some questions. If you'd like to not die, maybe you'd care to answer them. That's what I'll say to him, and I'll end my turn.
Do you speak
Eloquent.
Gith?
Nope.
Okay. You hear a whole stream of words just spouted out at you in response, and then just spit just cascading all over you as he's a spit talker.
It's like, mate, just say it, don't spray it, and a little bit more slowly. I'm having trouble following your words.
Okay. Anything else, Lafcadio?
That's it.
Okay. Taslin.
All
You're
right.
frightened. You cannot get closer to him.
Right. And so I won't get closer to him. I will walk all the way over to here. And then I have to make my save, correct?
Yes. Make a wisdom saving throw.
14 plus 6, 20.
A 20 will succeed. Okay. So you manage to avoid taking any damage.
Perfect.
Sounds
That's all I'll do.
Okay. Wampum.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I will sprint to there, and my turn is ended.
Okay. Kale.
I'll notice Taslin looked kind of weird. I'll just kind of eye him and be like, "Are you all right?"
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine. It's nothing.
Okay. I'll run up behind us and say, "What's going on? Where are they? What's happening?"
Around the corner, through the door.
Around the corner through the door. I'll run in with my dashing action.
Teo, could you describe that room for us?
This is just a barracks series of bunk beds in here,
Okay.
all hastily broken and unkept. So I have you all where I want you, as the three of you are in the room, which unfortunately, while he's restrained, it's not really much he can do. Could he survive breaking out of the restraint? Probably not. Yeah, he's just going to try to attack. He'll be at disadvantage, but he'll give it a go. Looking at the three of you, he'll attack Lafcadio with disadvantage. That's not going to be good. That is an 11 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, second attack. That'll be a 17 to hit at disadvantage.
Miss.
Misses. Okay, so flailing as best as he can, the net just keeps him too close. He can't quite get out. All right, then Nos.
Let's finish this. 40 feet full movement will get me there.
Yep.
And then gonna try to knock him out.
Okay, so non-lethally kill him. Okay.
That is 18 and a 16.
He'll use his reaction to shield the first one. The second one wouldn't have hit anyway.
You have
no,
advantage.
you've got advantage on the attack because he's restrained. He'll still reactionary shield the first one. So the first one misses, but the second one will hit.
Okay. So that's 15 slashing on top of 7 radiant.
Okay. The radiant will take him down. Unconscious.
Woo!
Okay.
So he's still
There you
alive.
go. He's still alive, but he is unconscious. He will come back to consciousness naturally in an hour, unless you guys do anything to bring him up yourself.
Okay,
Do
so
any
it's not
of
gonna
the
be-
Harpers look unconscious, or are they all dead?
All dead.
But we haven't checked any of the rooms yet, so there may be some like that blockaded or something. You never know.
Maybe.
I'm gonna grab the two halves of the Gith that was near me, like grab him by the hair, grab the legs, and drag him over to his buddy, drop him unceremoniously, and I'm gonna take a minute and I'm gonna cast Animate Dead. And
You're going to
so
cast Animate Dead on a...
they're humanoid.
Yeah, but... okay, so... Fair enough. The buddy, you say, the two that are right there?
Yeah,
So
the
he's
two that are
gathering
right
his
there.
body over there. Okay,
Yep.
fair enough.
So I cast at level 3 because I have a necromancy specialization. I get an extra 1, and they get an extra 11 HP and
So-
plus 4 to hit.
Did you
But
take
they
the...
become zombies, right? They don't become normal.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I think it's zombies. Or
Okay.
Did Tazlin take the one that Nos cut into pieces?
yeah, that's why I
Okay.
dragged both pieces.
Okay, can we please? Because, they're just zombies, They don't necessarily need brains, right?
Right.
Can it just be like a torso?
Oh, that's extra frightening. So yes.
It
So
walks
you
by
want
walking
to
on its
animate just the torso.
Well, I mean, could I animate both halves of the zombie and then have make a walking chair of his bottom half and then
hands. If he falls off all the time, he has to pick
Yeah,
himself
yeah.
back up and screw himself back on.
I'm thinking long term.
Okay. No.
Okay, so I'll just get his upper half and the other one.
All right. So you create a zombie without his head for one of them, and then you pull in a zombie for the other. Now, what are the extra special things that happen with this guy?
They get plus 11 HP each.
Okay.
They can use my proficiency bonus for attack, so they get a plus 4 to attack. And
Okay, so they don't get a +4 to attack. It's just your proficiency bonus instead of theirs.
right.
Okay. So while they normally have a +3 on their slam attacks, which is a 1 for strength, +2 for their proficiency bonus, their proficiency bonus would actually become a +4.
Okay, yep.
So their attacks go up by 2. Okay. Fair enough. They now have a +5 to hit on that.
Nice.
Anything else for you guys?
They were both unarmed, right?
Both yes, both unarmed.
I'm going to pick the one up that's unconscious
Okay.
and say, let's be getting up top so we can talk to this one.
It'd be really great right about now, too, is if anybody had some magical manacles. Wouldn't that just be a stroke of fortune?
I have regular ones. I call out.
Yes. All right. Since you're getting to the point, I'll put my manacles on me.
Those
Okay.
magical?
Wait,
normal.
Are they the magical ones that you had from the demon way back in? Oh.
Mhm.
Where'd you get those? Thank you, Timora.
So yeah, his wrists become restrained. He's still unconscious.
We
I
should
grabbed-
check to.
I grabbed my net off him and retrieved the other net.
Okay.
And I'm still going to carry him up top.
I'm gonna search the room that's nearest to me.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Any signs of survivors? Anything that would stand out that they may have been looking for? I don't know where the vaults are, so I'm just moving my
Mhm.
way down.
Okay. Roll a perception check. Then.
That would be 17 plus 6, so 23.
Okay. You will not really find anything here. There's just a bunch of rubble, debris from just the haste of the situation. People knocking over things as they're running to defend other locations. Couple dead bodies here and there. You do, however, notice that there is sounds of battle coming from further down the corridor. So, what are you doing?
I'm gonna cut my hands. There's fighting still going on. Quick,
Which way?
down the hallway, and I will have Tweedledee and Tweedledum follow me.
Okay.
Is that the direction that Leosin went?
No.
As we're running, I'll use my items to recharge my spell slots.
And I am going to hand Nos a extra healing potion.
I think I'll chug that right now.
I believe you might be needing this.
My head hurts.
Okay.
I'll tell one of them to, just bring that guy. Just drop him when we get to the fight, and then I'll stand by him.
Okay, I'd be carrying.
Okay. I'll grab him too.
Oh, and I would have at some point cast Spare the Dying on him, just make sure he doesn't die.
He won't die.
Right.
Like you can cast Spare the Dying on him, that's fine, but it won't work on him because he's not dying. He is unconscious, but he will remain that way and come back with 1 hit point in an hour.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you guys go running off after whatever noise is being made, you'll find yourself running down a corridor. It twists, it turns, it drops a little bit before opening out towards the entrance, a doorway of a vault. Outside the door, you see a cowering female. It's Suta. She looks terrified. Her clothes are battered and torn. She's screaming in pain while 2 shadow-like creatures hold her firmly. And there are 4 bards, all with lutes, ready as to defend, because music is power. And they stand there in the way of this entrance to this vault. The vault door has been opened. What do you guys do as you arrive to this scene?
Can I try to recognize what type of creatures are holding her?
Yes, you can easily recognize them, as these creatures are creatures that you've seen previously in your adventures. And in fact, let me...
Oh, we've seen so many.
Yep. So one of the creatures that's a shadow-like creature that's holding onto her is a wraith form, wearing a silver crown, eyes glowing. The other is similar to a wraith. This is a creature that you experienced in the Shadowfell, an Alep. Also a shadowy wraith-like figure, but not the same as a wraith. The 4 bards will see you approaching, see you running with a Gith dead body and 2 Gith dead bodies running with you, kind of running, hopping and hobbling. And they each pull out their lutes like weapons pointed towards you, ready to strum.
Ye friend or foe?
Of who?
The Harpers, of course.
Harper's the tower here.
Do we see any insignias on them indicating their affiliation with either the White Hand or the Hoppers?
Roll a perception check.
13.
15
okay.
for one.
All right. I'll take your passive wampum because it's a little bit better. Yeah. Wampum is able to tell that each of the bards are wearing a single white glove. It's their right hand, the one that they strum with.
I not be liking this scene.
Nope.
Can I rage and charge?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The woman in the middle of all of them, as you start raging and charging, will scream and then laugh and stand up and get ready to fight. So we're going to roll for initiative. And I will roll for your animations.
Better.
Okay, let me roll for my bard first. That is a 13. Okay. Bear with me one moment while I get all of their initiatives.
Take your time.
And again, feel free to reposition yourselves within that entry space as you approach
am I able to control the zombies or?
You're able to do whatever the spell says you to do. Are you
Yeah,
talking
I meant on
specifically about
the roll
token?
20. Am I able to move the tokens? Yeah.
No, but I can do that for you.
Okay. Yeah. I'd put one there and one there.
Okay. I'm just going to give you control, and then you can do with them whatever you will. In fact, you can use their sheet in combat then.
Okay.
All right. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. My wraith. Ooh. Pretty good initiatives. I do like rolling physically. I tend to roll better in my mind. I probably don't roll better actually, but in my mind I do. So that wraith got a 22. The Alep. Ooh. Also ends up with a 22. And Suta. Hey. All right. Come. That's also a 22. Nice. All right, so we are rolling at the top of the round. Suta is going to go first. As she sees each of you in that position.
On the initiative, I have a 7.
Sorry, I forgot about 20. You. Yeah.
I also forgot to roll at advantage because of my new stuff.
Okay. So 20 for Kale.
Nope.
Taslin
7.
Rolled a 7. And what was your result, Nos?
It stayed. My good one was the first roll.
Okay. Is Kale going? Okay.
My pants were bunched up.
Okay. So, Suta gets to act first. Seeing you coming down, it's like, you couldn't leave me alone just for a little bit more. I almost managed to do it.
No, you're doing bad stuff. That stuff's bad.
So she is going to launch an Eldritch Blast at Nos. She actually gets to fire 3 beams. So, first one is a 25 to hit, then a 14 to hit, and then a 21 to hit.
First one and last one hit.
Okay. So, being that the Eldritch Blast there, just 3d10. Where are my d10s? There we go. No, it was 2 because only 2 of them managed to do it. Okay, so you only take 8 points of force damage there. That is her action to cast that cantrip. You know what? Bonus action, she will cast Hex on. We're going to do a Hex on Lafcadio for strength. Okay.
As she does that, I'm pointing at her, since I look just like her, so I can do the Spider-Man. So I'm calling out, "That's the fake one!" But in a much more compelling accent, sound just like her.
Yeah, roll a deception check.
Because of my actor feat, I have advantage. It's a 20.
20. Okay. Almost convincing. But no, unfortunately, they don't seem to respond. The wraiths, the bards know better, and the wraiths are just uncomprehensive. The wraith is going to run right up, or fly, I should say, hover, eerily straight towards Wampum, where it will make an attack using its life drain attack. That is a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Oh boy.
hey. So that'll be 8d8 plus 3.
Gonna need to check if these dice are true. No, I mean we gotta like put them in water, make sure they're balanced.
Okay. Oh, right, fair enough. All right, so that'll be 40 points of necrotic damage to Wampum, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is a 29.
Okay, so you save from the con save, which is good. No ill effects from the attack. It'll stay where it is. The Alep, I didn't turn on battle music, so there we go. All right, the Alep is going to move, hover slowly, much slower than the Wraith does. But it moves off to the side. It does move into range of Nos. Would you like to, Nos?
I'd like to, but I don't think a 12 hit.
Unfortunately, the natural 1 will fail.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a shame. But that's okay. The Wraith is going to start whispering at you. Strange gargling sounds in a myriad of different languages in one go. And just trying to understand it sends a couple of your minds reeling for a moment. I need Wampum, Nos, and Taslin to roll wisdom saving throws.
17.
7 for Wampum.
I don't think a 14 is going to make it, so I'm going to use my fanatical focus. I'm going to roll it
Okay.
again. Worse, 13. Okay.
Shit.
Okay. So, Taslin, what was yours?
17.
17. So, Taslin succeeds, taking no damage at all. What was your result? You know what? You're going to kick yourself. The 14 succeeded, but unfortunately the 13 failed.
No!
Yep. So unfortunately, Nos, you take, that'll be 11 points of psychic damage, and must immediately use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against one creature of the Alep's choice that the
I already used
Alep
my
can
reaction.
see. You did, and you're not within range of any creature. Well, you are in range of that one. Okay. So then, Wampum, you also failed, taking 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And must use its reaction to make a melee weapon attack against one creature of the Alep's choice. You don't have the reach for a melee attack against another creature, so actually, does it say can you attack yourself? Go ahead and whack yourself with that axe.
Okay. That's a 19, which I missed myself.
Okay. You successfully miss yourself, but you use up your reaction at least. All right. Then, Kale, what are you going to do?
I will run up to here, and I will hold Lightbringer high, and I will channel my divinity to turn undead things.
Oh, goodbye, zombies.
Well, fuck them anyway.
Man, that's a spot.
so
That's
they're
a lot
gonna
of
make-
go back.
Was DC 17 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So, the Wraith first. That is an 18 flat. So 20 in total. The Alep is a 10. So the Alep gets turned. But the Wraith doesn't. Do you want to roll for the zombies?
You can if you want.
Okay. What is their wisdom modifier?
They have a -2.
Okay. That's a 2 in total then, and a 10 in total. So both of the zombies are now frightened as well. The
They're just
turn
dead.
undead, they're just dead. Oh yeah,
They're
because they're
Destroy
low
undead.
level. Destroy undead. Boom, boom. They explode right there. Okay, the Alep is not low enough level to be destroyed. It is CR 5. What happens when you turn it, Kale?
It's gotta run away.
As a reaction, or it just on its turn must use its movement and to get as far away as possible?
The wrong thing. Where the I just saw it, you guys. A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. Can't really move to space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. As for its action, it can only dash or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else from you?
Nope. I mean,
Not
for
for
me
time.
personally, Graham, sorry about the zombies.
It's okay.
From Kale, he wanted to blow those things up anyway. So.
It's fair. It's fair.
All right.
Kale, Lafcadio.
Lafcadio's going to take 2 steps back and will cast Synaptic Static right on top of the fake Suta. Clearly, who that is?
Okay.
Who that is?
Yeah, clearly.
So that should get all of them because it's a 20-foot radius sphere.
Yep. Okay, so she gets to make... It's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That is a 12 for Suta. And the bards here... have 18, a 19, a 14, and a 20.
So it sounded like a Suta and one of the bards failed.
Mm-hmm. We'll give them a little pink dot.
So the failures take 31 damage. The successes take 15.
Ouch.
Unless they're vulnerable to psychic damage, in which case, more.
Don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately. Nice try, though. Anything else from you, Lafcadio?
No, that's it.
Okay. Wampum.
Actually, with my bonus action, I will throw some more healing towards Nos. But that's it. You can go ahead.
As a bonus action, Wampum will use Second Wind.
Okay.
That's going to be a total of 14 points that he's going to get back.
Okay.
So let me adjust that real quickly. So he's back up to 77. And then I am going to swing at this thing in front of me.
All right.
So the first attack is going to be a 22 for 16.
That 22 will strike this creature.
And then for a 26 for 10.
Yep.
And the last attack is a 29 for 11.
Okay.
And then I am done.
Okay. Nos?
Nas is feeling pretty bad, and she has since she got surrounded by flying, horrible centipede creatures and just whacked into oblivion. So she's thinking that she's probably, like, tactically, she's probably going to go down this fight at some point. That's okay. That happens. But before she does, she needs to maximize her actions and what she does in order to give them the best fighting chance to survive and bring her back. So what she's going to try to do is she's going to approach the line of bards and try to put the fear of her god in them. So she will get here, full action, and then I'm going to start on the right side. And her line will have been from there to there so that she doesn't get within range of that.
Okay. And then are you attacking him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a 20 and a 24.
The 20 will hit, and so will the 24.
Great. So that's 18 slashing, 12 slashing, and then 5 radiant, and half attack. for 15.
Okay. As the haft comes in, that bard drops.
Cool.
1 bard down. Anything else from you, Nos?
Nah.
Okay. Then we move to the bards themselves. So, first bard is going to cast a spell as his bonus action from where he is.
I will counterspell.
Okay. The spell is countered. As that happens, he will then use his action to cast a cantrip at Nos, actually, giving... so I need Nos to roll a wisdom saving throw. 12. Thankfully, that is a success against this.
Oh, my goodness.
Low-level bards. He'll then kind of tuck himself back a little ways. We have another bard that will use his bonus action to cast a spell. No stop. Then the bonus action in question is actually going to be casting Healing Word. He is casting Healing Word at 2nd level to increase its potency. So it's 2d4 plus 4. Okay. Ooh. So 11 points of healing to Suta. His action will be to cast cantrip Vicious Mockery at from here Wampum. So Wampum, please roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. That is a 12.
Another success. He'll back up. The last one will use will move. Actually, he's got 30 foot of movement. He'll get to here, apologize to the Wraith as he casts a spell. That spell in question being Thunderwave. So I need Constitution saving throw from both who's there? Kale and Wampum and the Wraith.
My best stat. Good
Okay,
luck.
Wraith is fine.
Wampum got a 23.
I got a
23.
12.
Okay. Well, these bards are low level, so spellcasting DC is 12. So still
Lucky
a
rock,
success.
baby.
So everyone just takes half damage. Thunderwave at 2nd level is 3d8. Yep, 3d8. 21 points of thunder damage, halved because you succeeded. So 21 halved down to 10 points of thunder damage to Kale. Add 9 points of thunder damage to Wampum. And the Wraith, 7 points of thunder damage to the Wraith. Okay. We then move to Taslin.
All right, I am gonna move out of vision and cast Greater Invisibility on myself. So, would 5 feet, would this be fairly out of vision? Fairly reasonably.
Yeah.
So I'll cast Greater Invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go 25 feet to there, and then as a bonus action, I'll do Gift of the Raven Queen to go 30, and I will end up right there.
Okay. Then we go back up to Suta and her action. She doesn't have many spell slots left. She has 1 left, which she will use on Nos. Why not? Nos is right there. She'll move to be a little bit... You know what? She'll actually move down here. and fire a shot at Nos. That is going to be a 20 to hit Nos.
That hits.
Minus 1d6.
Good
4.
point.
Minus 4. Unless you want to roll those.
You've rolled it, so we'll take your roll then. So that would be a 16.
It misses.
Okay. Then that'll be it for her. That's her turn done. She gets to make another intelligence save.
Yep.
Okay.
And so does that other bod.
Good point. 17. Does that
18
succeed?
is the magic number.
18 is the magic number. Okay. So
As
she's
she-
still affected. Yep.
As she whips me with that shot, can I shout out to her, "So what do you get by the planes all merging?"
She's not going to respond. That was a 19, so that bard succeeds, but he's not that healthy anyway, so he should be fine. All right, we move to the Wraith, who's right there. The Wraith is going to attack Wampum, since it's right there. Uh, 21 to hit.
That will miss.
It'll end its turn. The Alep must use its turn to run away as fast as it can.
Including using its action to dash.
Yep. And it does so. Then it ends its turn making another save, right? Or no? It doesn't
I don't think
get
so.
to
I
make
think
a
it's
save
just
at all.
turned. Yeah.
Okay. Then it'll just keep running away. Kale?
All right. Question: can I activate Lightbringer without using an action? Because it doesn't specify that it takes an action in the item description.
If it doesn't say it requires an action, then it doesn't require an action.
Okay, just making sure. So I will do that. I will say Lightbringer, activate! And it starts glowing very brightly as I run behind this wraith to flank it with Wampum. And I will swing my angel mace at an enemy.
Oh.
That was not bad. Yeah, 15 plus, whatever modifier. So 20.
That'll hit.
So that will deal 1d6 plus 1 of bludgeoning damage. So 4 bludgeoning damage plus another 1d6, 4 radiant damage.
4 radiant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 8 damage total.
That seriously injures the Wraith. It begins to flicker from existence. It's still there, but hurt quite badly. Anything else from you, Kale?
I could cast Sanctuary, but I won't.
Okay. Life cardio.
Alright, so I'll use my feline agility to double up my movement speed. And I'm gonna run over here and I'm gonna pass that wraith while doing so, and probably the bard as well.
Provoking attacks of opportunity from both of them.
Yep.
Okay. The Wraith will attack. That is a 21 from the Wraith.
It hits.
It hits, and the Bard will swing his lute like a bat. But that's only going to be an 11 to hit, so that will miss. But the Wraith hitting you for 4d8 damage.
Hey, do you guys remember what was the cartoon character? El Kabong?
Sorry?
Do you guys remember the cartoon character? I think his name was El Kabong.
El Kabonk.
No, his Looney Tunes, the horse with the guitar.
Oh, it does sound
Yeah.
familiar.
Yes.
El Kabong. If that is what his name is.
You take 25 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution save.
So let me update my HPs. And my con save.
Yes.
is 17.
17. So that's a solid concept. All right. You're not concentrating on anything, are you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Once you get there, what do you do?
I start concentrating on a spell.
Okay.
I cast Hex as a bonus action on the fake suitor, and Hex has strength. And then I throw my net on her.
Yep.
The 30.
Yeah, that goes.
And that's it.
Okay. Wampum.
I am going to attack the thing again right in front of me. First attack is going to be a nat 20 for 13 points of damage only.
Okay.
And the second attack is a 16 for 12.
That will also hit. Are you adding anything to the damage on that?
No, because I've already used all my die.
All right, cool. So it dies.
And then my last attack, I'm throwing at the bard.
Okay.
For a 29 for 16 points of damage.
Solid. All right.
And that's all that I have. I am going to move to this side of the bard.
Okay. Nos.
I am going to chase these Michael Jackson-looking mother lovers across the field.
Okay.
This is a 15 and a natural 20.
Both of those will hit.
Glaive of Wonder.
Woo! Oh yeah, the Glaive of Wonder. Roll a D. Glaive of Wonder triggers on a 1 or a 20, just triggers, right?
And then you roll, I think.
Then we roll. Yep.
To see. Okay.
I mean, I created this weapon. I should remember.
It's on my D&D Beyond.
Yeah. 12. So that doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Right.
So that's 18 slashing on top of 22. 21.
Okay, that will kill that bard.
Cool. And then I will continue to move. And then we'll get there.
Okay. Then it is the bard's turn. So, firstly, we have a healing word being cast as a bonus action.
I can't counterspell it.
You can't? Okay, fair
Nope,
enough.
because I used my bonus action.
Okay, so D2, D4, 3. Okay, so the suitor gains some health. Then that bard in particular, the one that was up by Nos, is going to vicious mockery Nos. So I need Nos to roll a wisdom saving throw. Seven? Okay. You will take 3 points of psychic damage, but you have disadvantage on your next attack. Okay.
What does he say? How does he wound this hobgoblin's pride?
I'm not a mean person. I can't think. No, as you're going through attacking all of these people, and he looks at the ground around you and says, "You know what? You could probably do a better job if you just fell on top of them."
Wow.
That's a very level criticism. The way you said it.
So that's that one. The other bard, however, is going to cast a spell. I need both Lafcadio and Kale to roll Constitution saving throws. As he casts a Thunderwave.
It's this one. Okay. 17.
25.
Okay, both of you succeed. You take half damage. And you are not pushed. So 10 points of thunder damage to Kale. And 10 points of thunder damage to Lafcadio. Lafcadio, roll a Constitution save.
15.
Or Hex. Okay, so you keep Hex up. All right. Then that was his action to do that. He'll end his turn there. Taslin.
All right, I'm going to move 30 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Blight on Suta. And I think it should be with an advantage because it says if you target a plant, creature, or a magical plant, which she is magical and she was a plant. I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, so I'll be casting that on her. So I need a Constitution saving throw from her.
I think the universe will counter that. That was just bad. Okay. Con save from her.
Yep.
That is an 18.
She beats it. She takes half damage from 8d8.
Okay.
It's not my
Go
die.
ahead. Roll the
Whoops.
8d8.
That was 1.
Yeah, whoops.
Okay, now roll 7d8.
There we
Okay, so 33 halved down to 16. Okay.
go. Yep, that's
Anything
all
else?
I'm gonna do. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Lafcadio, are you wearing anything metal?
The glamored studded leather armor, I presume the studs.
Okay. So she is then going. The suitor, it's her turn now. She is actually going to attack you using Shocking Grasp. She gets advantage for you having studs on your armor. Cancels out the disadvantage of being restrained for the attack. That is a it's a 17, and then there's a d6 reduction on that, so an 11
Miss.
total. So, failing that, epically failing, terrible woman. Yeah. She'll stay where she is. Ends her turn. Needs to roll an intelligence save. That's an 18, so she finally manages to save.
Yep.
Okay. The Wraith is dead. The Alep is running away. Kale.
I will, while still like looking at the bard in front of me, like I'll hold my shield in front of him, but I'll point my mace back towards Suda, and I will shout a command at her with the command spell, and I'll say, "Surrender!" So she has to make a wisdom save.
She drops to her knees and surrenders to you.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. That's it.
Lafcadio.
How wounded does she appear?
Not very at all.
I don't trust your intentions at all. And I pull out my whip and I start slashing at her on the ground in the net.
Okay. You have advantage on the attacks.
29 and 24 with the extra hex.
Both of those will hit, so that's 11 and 10, so 21 points of damage.
And then I'll also shoot my hand crossbow at her. 26 for an extra 9 points of damage.
Okay.
You better start talking.
Okay. Does the fact that she took damage make any difference to the command that she took?
No, but
No.
what quick note. It's
She takes that action on her turn, right?
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So the advantage was from the net; it wasn't from her actually
Okay.
dropping down. But yeah, looks like she's surrendering. Wampum, what are you going to do?
Before I start swinging at this bard, I'm gonna say she surrendered. Are you gonna die?
I will gladly meet my deity.
Cool.
So that's a 20 for 17.
But not so soon. He'll die.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to Suda.
Okay.
And I will look at Lefcardio. Does she die?
I'm not the brains of this outfit, mate.
Well, you be swinging awful hard at her. So you make the call. Does she die?
Well, maybe you can hit it in such a way that she doesn't die, like the other fella. We can have all of these prisoners about.
I'm going to swing 2 more times, but this is non-lethal.
Stop listening to her. She's lying to you. I'm Lafcadio.
So that's 15 points of damage.
Yep.
And 27 for another 15 points of damage.
Okay. She's looking weak. Wampum, stop hitting me. Hit her.
Nope.
Fair enough. Visually, they're identical. Fair enough. One of these times. Nos.
I'm gonna make you hurt because of that. This is what I say to the bard that hurt my feelings.
You have disadvantage.
He's lucky. That would have been a nat 20. Instead, it's a 26.
Which hits?
That's 12 slashing on top of 9 radiant.
Okay.
And then-
Which kills.
Oh, okay. Well then, I will reserve my second part of that attack there.
Okay.
Who's left? Just her, huh?
Just her.
Well, I can totally get to her.
Okay. You certain she's she?
Well, one of them is holding a whip and a net.
Yeah.
Wearing
And she didn't use the accent.
It was a pretty good accent, actually. I thought it was right on.
Do you want to use that roll that I just rolled? Or do you want me to roll it again?
Nah, it's fine. 29 is going to hit her.
All right, 19 slashing.
Okay.
And then I got one more with the half attack.
Okay.
And if I don't have disadvantage, that's a natural 19.
Yeah, she would already be dead before the crit, but you make sure that she's dead. You double tap hard with that one.
Cool.
Yeah, Suta is dead on the floor. The vault is low. The door to the vault is open. All of the creatures around here are dead, except the Alep, but he's just going to keep running away for a minute down the corridors. Maybe after a minute he can break free, but not likely to come back anytime soon. So,
Is she dead or unconscious?
she is dead.
Pretty sure I smashed her skull on the ground on that second attack there.
Well, like I said, I'm not the brains of this outfit. I can't tell.
Thank goodness you did it. I hated the thought of wasting another spell on her. I'm gonna walk towards the vault.
Okay.
What y'all make me feel pretty bad now because I was trying to take it easy on her.
Nah, that was probably a legitimate strategy. Like, I'm so tired.
Inside the vault, Taslim, you see a dark blade, a black handled and bladed longsword. The hilt to the blade is covered in spikes. It's very pointy, very decorative, and has some black diamonds embedded into the pommel and the guard.
Ooh. Did you? So is the okay? So it's not bladed on the hilt, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But lots of spikes around. That's terrible. There you
It
go.
looks pretty.
Yep.
I'm gonna go cast Identify on
Wait, you can touch it?
it. Yeah.
Touch it.
Yep.
It's
Um,
not
I
ours.
I want to know why she's after it and what importance this plays.
Wouldn't it be
Okay.
better to ask?
So while he's doing that, what's everyone else doing?
I was going to go check on our prisoner that we kept alive. Make
Okay.
sure he's still there.
Still there. Still unconscious.
You know, if she had lived like this other fella, there's going to be a moral quandary of what happens after they've outlived their usefulness. So on the balance, it's probably best that she's dead now, because we would have had like, what do we do? Can she be redeemed? And it would have been a whole thing. So she's dead now. Good riddance.
And I'm going to walk up next to I just had a brain fart. Graham.
Hey, that's me.
Taslin. So you step up to Taslin.
Taslin, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step up next to Taslin. She looks pretty, don't she?
Yes, indeed. I'm sick of these riddles, Wampum. I want answers, and I want to know why they're so interested in these items.
Okay. This sword is known as the Sword of Cass. It is an artifact, requires attunement. It is a long sword. It was from the casting of it, it is a magic and sentient longsword that has not only a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls with it, it scores a critical hit on a roll of a 19 or 20, and deals an extra 2d10 slashing damage to undead. If the sword isn't bathed in blood within 1 minute of being drawn from its scabbard, its wielder must make a charisma saving throw. On a successful save, the wielder takes 3d6 psychic damage. On a failed save, the wielder is dominated by the sword. And the sword demands that it is bathed in blood. The spell effect ends when the sword's demand is met. Okay. It has some random properties, which I will give you later. But what you understand is that the spirit of someone named Cass the Bloody-Handed is inhabited within this blade. It is an angry, chaotic, evil entity. And amongst other things, gives you a +d10 to your initiative roll.
All right.
You be smiling, wizard. So let it out. Tell me what it is.
It's called the Sword of Cass. It requires to be bathed in blood daily.
That.
Anytime it is drawn, or it will attack and injure its wielder.
Oh, well then that might not be too good.
It allows you to be more effective against the undead.
Ooh, I like that.
And is particularly evil in the spirit that resides there.
Oh, you say evil, do you?
Indeed.
Like how evil?
He was called Cass the Bloody-Handed. I'm assuming it had something to do with... Bloody Hand is a term for betrayal, right?
So, the image that you have in mind about the history of this item, I don't know if Identify specifically gives you the history of it, but when Vecna grew in power, he appointed an evil and ruthless lieutenant, Cass the Bloody-Handed, to act as his bodyguard and right hand. This despicable villain served as advisor, warlord, and assassin. His successes earned him Vecna's admiration and a reward, a sword with as dark a pedigree as the man who would wield it. For a long time, Cass faithfully served the Lich, but as Cass's power grew, so did his hubris. His sword urged him to supplant Vecna, so that they could rule the Lich's empire in Vecna's stead. Legend says Vecna's destruction came at Cass's hand, but Vecna also wrought his rebellious lieutenant's doom, leaving only Cass's sword behind. The world was made brighter thereby. So this is potentially, legend has it, the sword that cut the hand off of Vecna.
This is the sword that may have cut the hand off of Vecna before he rose to godhood.
It can't be that bad then.
You're right. And it doesn't specify that it needs to be drawn from a living person. Theoretically, we could not bathe the sword when we draw it in blood that we had donated or in a bag, correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna...
You'd be the smart one.
Sometimes. Not as smart as I'd like, unfortunately. And I'm gonna attempt to get the sword.
That's not ours.
Hush up back there!
I'm not telling you.
I'm fairly sure the Harpers had this locked up because they don't want folks using it.
And it appears to me that the door is no longer working, so we can walk back up there and have someone else come in and grab it while we're walking, or we can bring it to them physically and have them move it.
We just wait here for Laosin to show up.
If he shows up,
I'll go find him.
So you be wanting the sword, Taslin?
But Taslin grabbed it, right?
Oh yeah, I've already grabbed it.
Okay. All right. Taslin.
Yeah.
I need you to roll a
charisma
charisma saving throw.
I thought so. Wow, nat 19.
Fair enough. You managed to successfully keep hold of your own mind. But it is already, the spirit of Cass is already trying to take control of you.
All right.
Not even having to attune to it yet. And it's already trying to take control of you.
All right. So I'll turn to Wampum with kind of like a worried expression on my face. And I'll just be like, I can sense that the weapon is resisting. And already trying to dominate me. Should I act? I have held it at bay so far.
Can you handle it?
For now.
Okay. I trust you.
I don't know. Okay. So Nos is off running to go get someone, whether it's Leosin or any other high-level Harper, down the corridors. In that time, a couple seconds are going by, a couple moments. Go ahead and roll another charisma save.
Oh, man. All right. That would be a 12.
Okay. So the Sword of Cass does take control of you.
Yep.
You are currently dominated.
Yep.
And I need you to stab Wampum because he's stood right next to you.
All right. Good thing I'm not very good at stabbing people.
So D20 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, which is a 0, and I rolled a nat 1.
Are you proficient? Nat 1 is going to be a miss anyways. All right, fair enough.
Wampum will reach up and just catch the sword as he starts to swing it.
Okay.
No, Taslin.
Do I make another check?
He's gonna keep trying to try and bathe himself in blood nearby. So either Wampum takes the sword off of Taslin, or Taslin's gonna keep making attacks every 6 seconds.
Let me see. I think Taslin carries blood with him. For the spell Animate Undead. Let me check, though. Not that anyone's seen him ever cast. Oh, they have. Yeah, drop of blood are the components, yeah.
A drop, bathing.
Well, he carries enough for multiple castings, though.
Still, I mean, bathing a longsword.
All right. You use up all of your blood that's used for Animate Dead, so you won't be able to cast Animate Dead again until you get additional blood. Okay? We'll specify that. You bathe the weapon, it calms down, it stops trying to take control of you. Okay? You're back to your own particular mind. By which point, Nos has finally found a couple Harper agents. Leosin is not amongst them, but a number of other agents are of different ranks. You can see by insignias that they currently have on them that they vary in their rank. Specifically, to give you some indication, Leosin, let me pull up what rank he was in the Harpers.
She the weapon, Taslin. She did.
Did it come with a scabbard, or is it just the sword itself?
It was just the sword itself. It doesn't have a scabbard as of right now.
All right, I'm gonna put it right back where it was.
Okay.
Trunk.
So Leosin has the title and the rank of High Harper, and you see the symbols on him that respect that. Normally, you don't see a High Harper, but you do have in front of you 3 Watchers, just basic members of the organization, a Harp Shadow, and a Bright Candle, which so level 1, 2, and 3 are present. As soon as you come running, is everything okay? Says the Bright Candle of them.
Pretty much. Is everything okay with you?
We're fine. I believe we've managed to clear off most of the, all of the intruders from this particular area. Did you get everyone on your side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kept one of them alive, and they're manacled.
Oh, good. We need to get some assistance. Leosin ran upstairs. He'll be away for a bit, but I'll come with. Let's go.
Okay, you two guys, wait. I have a suggestion.
Okay.
You two guys go let them know the lower levels are cleared, and we could use help at the vaults. You, highest ranked regalia guy, do you know what's in the vault?
Some of the vaults. There are a lot of vaults down here.
Okay, the doors are open to one of them, and an artifact is appealing to one of my cohorts. Do you know how to dispel things?
I don't know how to dispel things, but I can. Has he given himself over to the item yet?
Not when
Has
I
he
left.
spent enough time to be able to give himself over to it? No.
Yet he hasn't been alone for an hour with it yet, or anything.
Then he should be able to just put it down back inside the vault. The vault will keep its spirit contained.
Okay, can you come be a representative for the Harpers and tell him to do that? Because he will not listen to me.
Let's go.
Okay.
And he'll run with you, with the remaining 2 Harpers that are also with him, rushing, seeing Taslin with the blade in hand. Put that down.
Pshink.
He'll summon up a mage hand that will pick it up and then move it back inside the vault. Okay. Now let's close that door, shall we? Thank you very much. It's too dangerous for anyone to wield.
Make
Do
sure.
you believe this was the item they were after?
There were many things they were trying to grab.
Then we need to find out which ones and why.
We've got people investigating all of that. There are people at each of the different vaults.
I'm gonna do just a quick look around inside of the vault to make sure there's nobody in there hiding still before you close the door.
Roll a perception check.
15.
15. It's very hard to see, but there is a little flicker of something inside. The dust doesn't quite settle right in one of the corners of this 15-foot by 15-foot metal vault. Something that you can't physically see is there.
I'm just gonna curiously start stepping forward, like, what the hell is that? And then I'm gonna kind of go forward with my glaive, and I'm gonna start trying to poke at the area.
Just start slowly just poking in. Your blade will touch something and feel flesh. You'll hear a little squeal.
All right. All right. Out. Out. Out you get. Come on. Come on.
Invisibility drops. It's another of those bards. It's a 5th bard that was going to sit there and sit it out. Okay.
I knew it.
Hands up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now I think you can close it.
You can't blame a person for trying, can you?
That was a good attempt. Nobody was going to check, so it would have worked. But I happened. So, you can't really help yourself there.
Okay. Then, as you close the vault door...
Hey, we ain't closing nothing yet.
Sir, are you... What?
Tell me about the sword.
It is a deadly and dangerous weapon.
It's a weapon, yes. Deadly, yes. So, if it's a deadly weapon, then a fighter of my stature could definitely use it.
I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation. That weapon will eventually control you. It will lead you down a path you won't be comfortable going. It will result in the deaths of all of your companions. We have seen this before.
Well, I guess if it's going to control me, then I would be a pretty deadly weapon then.
You would be. And you would be deadly to all people, whether they were friend or foe of you.
I guess just going to have to leave it behind then.
Okay.
Close the door,
Yep.
the door.
So as we're walking out, I'm gonna kind of give Wampum a high five and whisper really lowly, "You touched the hand that touched the sword that cut off Vecna's hand."
That's just what I have to do.
As the door closes, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. So join us in just a little bit once we've had a quick drink and a relax, and then we will be back to check out the aftermath of the attack on the headquarters. See you later. Welcome back, everyone, after the break. Thanks for joining us again. So, we rejoin our adventure as the door is closing on that vault. No more opportunity for the adventurers to get the Sword of Cass, which I, for one, am quite glad of. I don't know what I would have done if Wampum had really pressed the issue to try and take that sword. So, as the door closes, what do you guys want to do?
My sword.
We should take a look at the rest of the layers and see if there are any other assailants that may be hiding. This is where we met, did we not? When we first met?
I reckon it is.
Mm-hmm.
Kale, you had quite an effect on those on that undead fella. I think he's still running away.
Indeed.
Maybe. I mean, it's been more than a minute at this point. It might come back. It might not. But it's not much of a threat to us. But I suppose I'll point in the direction that it ran, and I'll get one of the Harp radios, and I'll say, how much farther does this complex go in that direction?
It winds around back on itself and returns to the lift, the floating disc.
All right.
So
Well,
if he's still running away from you, he will run away and eventually make his way back to the point where he's coming back, and at that point wouldn't be able to come back anymore because he's coming closer towards you. So he'd be stuck.
Well, it only lasts 1 minute.
Oh, true.
And we just had like a whole thing where people tried to take an ancient sword for some reason.
Then he'll probably be looping back around. We should take close care to see if he does.
Great. And if somebody has something to gag this guy And I'll point to the hopefully still unconscious Gith.
Still unconscious Gith.
Yeah, someone gag him. Because I saw a different one cast the plane shift spell.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to go over to Suitor's body and kind of rifle through, see if she has any notes or any items that may stick out, instructions, or things that may be tracking her.
And I'm standing next to the bard that we shoot out of the vault. I'm going to go ahead and use the manacles that Taslim gave me in the plane of earth to snap on his wrists, and then I'm just going to rest my arm around his neck like he's mine now.
Be gentle. So, rooting around her person, you don't find anything of any particular. No notes that give you an idea of where they're going. Like, she's not going to be silly enough to have that kind of thing on her in a potential situation where she might die. So,
does she have any weapons, jewelry?
She has a single holy symbol that she doesn't necessarily need to use, as she uses an arcane focus, which is a orb. So she has a crystal orb that you could take.
What's the holy symbol of?
Yeah, that's...
It is it's a holy symbol to... which one is it? Actually, roll a religion check to see if you recognize this individual.
Kale's got this. If Kale's assisting me.
19.
In total?
Yeah.
Okay. This symbol was a symbol for one of the... it's actually a symbol that's not... It's a bit more obscure in terms of its religion and its faith. It refers to a person known as Zarael of the Hells.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Zarael... Yeah, you know who Zarael is. So
Yeah.
you see it and then you realize, oh, interesting. This is a holy symbol that seems to be dedicated towards her.
I stopped on it. I'm just going to crush it beneath my feet. Disgusted.
I take the scarf that Ellie gave me, and I wrap it around the Gith's mouth, and tuck some in there to make sure that he can't talk so good.
Okay. It'll be another 20, 30 minutes before he wakes up.
Great.
And your friend is buried here, is she not?
Somewhere.
No, I don't think she's buried. I think she, is in one of these holding locations.
Yes, she's been interred somewhere, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, this was not a icon to Zariel, correct?
Yes.
You can't raise her. You don't get to make her a zombie.
Deal. I doubt I will be raising anyone anytime soon today.
Good.
Okay.
All right, well, let's move on and make sure the whole place is clear, I suppose.
Sure.
And
In
Harper
the
Agents,
few-
just make sure you watch him. Someone take care of him.
Will do. In the few minutes that you have before he wakes up, you'll be able to feel confident the danger is over. Harper agents are starting to converge on the floating disc and make their way to different levels and eventually converging back up on the main mezzanine, where the entrance has been opened up, but the actual wall is starting to be fixed already. A couple mages are working on getting that crystal door back to where it was. The Ocean is overseeing those efforts. It's good. It's good to see you're fine. Good. We have ascertained the extent of the damage. There was a lot of attempts at artifacts within our vaults.
Which artifacts specifically?
We managed to double check, and none of them are missing. We stopped them.
Well, which ones did they try to get?
which ones did I try to get? We had a few.
All the good ones.
Yeah, all of which we have a collection of sentient weapons which are considered evil weapons that are too dangerous for the hands of any mortal or immortal, to be honest, to wield outside. So we have a couple swords, a whip, sort of thing.
Just a couple swords and a whip? Can I know what specifically they were?
Specific names about them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have a longsword. Is it a longsword? It's a great sword. I think it's a great sword. Great sword called Black Razor. Donated to us in a different location, but eventually made its way to us here.
Okay.
We have a longsword, which is it is a moon blade, which was passed down through a Lolthite family. So it's a particularly dangerous weapon to Lolth. We also have a whip that is... We don't really know the name of it, but the entity within it is definitely demonic. That much we've been able to ascertain.
Okay.
Still working on it. Why?
I was just trying to ascertain if there was any sort of connection between those weapons and the Sword of Cass and the other weapons that this White Hand organization has been trying to steal.
Other than the fact that they were all sentient, I don't know. And inhabited by chaotic, evil creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I know of no other connection that would bind them.
Right.
No historical connection. They come from different parts of the world, different historical times, ages, different origins, but they were all sentient.
The story that Taslin told us about the Sword of Cass indicates that the right hand of Vecna, a right hand, was involved. And the story we heard of this White Hand folks also had a lieutenant who was the right hand of someone else. I caught that, and I just want to make sure everyone else caught it.
Mm-hmm.
There's that bit.
So you're just thinking that they have an obsession over hands?
Probably.
Possibly. I can assure you that the right hand is currently under delicate protection. There is a lot of individuals protecting the right hand right now, so shouldn't fall into the hands of anyone.
Oh, you mean the hand of Vecna? Because you have that as well?
We don't, but I know where it is.
Okay.
And it's safe.
That's fine. All right, other than that, I don't see really any other connection other than that they're just looking for powerful weapons that may or may not be sentient. I think they were all sentient, even the elemental weapons, but they weren't all evil. I'm pretty sure Drown is not an evil weapon.
But they are chaotic, correct?
Probably.
Do you think
Not
it might
positive.
have? Do you think it might have something to do with the amount of magical energy that they have in them? Because siphoning energy is kind of what these guys have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was too siphoned to put into the storm scythe or something like that.
Sure.
They're going to need a lot of power, right? In order
Yep.
to do what they're going to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to keep trying to get it from different places as long as we keep foiling them. So yes, I mean, it makes sense, and why wouldn't anybody that's trying to put together a sufficiently powerful force would probably want magical weapons that do cool shit. So
I like magical weapons.
of course, it's, you know, there may not be too much to read into this, but there might be. I'm not sure. But everything seems to be safe for the moment, so we can, you know, regroup and help clean up around here.
Leosin, how many people died in this attack? I know at least 4.
The final count has yet to be ascertained, but I think it might be better if you don't know. I don't want you feeling in any way that you are responsible for these deaths. So I don't want you counting.
I feel responsible anyways to some extent, regardless of the number.
Yes, we brought the
Indeed.
agent in here.
I
We
stopped
would have
looking
been
like her.
attacked at any time, I suspect. But all right. As of right now, our last count that didn't include your numbers was only 18 lost members. So 22 thus far. The number's still coming in. Now, hopefully, some of those 22 some of them are missing rather than dead. So we're hoping they turn up.
Thanks.
I'll look up and I'll ask Denier if he can bring him back with divine intervention.
Roll a d100.
In case you were needed.
I know.
41.
You're not level 41, are you?
No, I'm level 43, so it succeeds.
Fair enough. Now, unfortunately, no response from your deity on this day.
Kind of a big ask.
Yeah, to bring 22 people back from the dead.
All right. Well, do we want to prepare to bring this guy back to consciousness and ask him? I had some words with him. He didn't seem quite friendly, and he also, I don't know if he understood me. I certainly didn't understand him.
We've also got my bard pal right here.
All right. I forgot all about you.
What's your name?
My name is Malik. Hi.
Hey, Malik. I'm Nas.
Hey. So, any chance?
Oh, no. No.
I mean, I'm being cooperative. I'm not gonna run. I'm not
Because
gonna
you're being
hurt
cooperative, you're not dead.
you. Fine.
You're being treated nicely.
I'm sure the Harpers have means of interrogation available to them. They can just do it.
Can I get that glove off of the bod? Can I get that? Come here.
Yeah, you
Stop
can
moving.
get his
Give me
glove.
that glove.
Fine.
It's stupid anyways.
It's sparkly.
This is nice. Where'd you guys? Do you guys? I reckon you guys operate locally. Are you from somewhere else? Where would someone get a glove like this? That's what I want to know.
They're handed out as part of an initiation ceremony. I believe we know a guy who knows a guy who can produce them en masse. So, yeah. I got given mine when I signed up, but I just signed up for the opportunity, not because I agreed with anything that they said. I'm a good guy, really.
So what you're
Hungry.
saying is, if we kill you, that you would let us bring you back.
What? No. I'm not going to allow you to kill me, then bring me back, then kill me, then bring me back over and over
Oh.
again. That's just not going to happen.
That'd be a waste of time. But from what we've seen and suspect, most of the people that we have been encountering don't believe in being brought back from this organization.
Oh, what would be a good thing to come back to? I mean, really. The world's going to pot. I know the guys that are trying to make it go to pot. I wouldn't want to stick around.
This whole operation, this attempt to get hold of this weapon here and all the other ones, you'll know Yeah, I mean, you've overheard. You know, we've completely and unequivocally stopped it in its tracks. Not even the slightest bit of success. So it's probably a good thing you're on our side now, right? You don't want to be on the side of the losers, the ones who keep on doing things and failing, right?
Totally with you. We are on the same wavelength, you and I. We're like brothers in the way that we're thinking. Totally. You know what I'm thinking right now, right?
You're thinking that, man, I would really like to tell this guy all my secrets because that would ensure my further situation of living. Is probably what you're thinking.
We're so close. All right. What do you want to know? I must warn you, I'm low level. I mean, don't know too much, but I can give you what I got.
We'll start there. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like, what's with this Gith guy? Like I heard someone say Gith. What's that all about? Where'd he come from?
Quick question. Did you ever drop the disguise, or do you still look like...
Yes.
I dropped it when we...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's called a specialist. They called him in for strike team distractions and all that. I don't actually work with them. I don't think they speak common. At least no one I know has spoken to them in common or in any language that I understand myself. But they were called in and then sent off for the task.
Do you know where they were called in from?
I don't know. I was there when they arrived, got their orders, and then they left.
How did they arrive? Like, in what manner?
Oh, they kind of, poofed into existence, almost.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where
they were holding hands, if that matters. Stood in a circle.
A little bit. Where were they teleported in to?
Oh, we had a residence off to the northern half of the city that we were meeting in and coordinating all of our actions from as we prepared for the strike.
Ooh, where's that?
Oh, well, that's just I can take you there if you let me loose.
Nope.
No.
You can tell us where it is.
All right. He'll give you a street address.
I'm going to suggest that you tell us the truth.
You're going to cast suggestion on him.
Yes.
Okay. He got a 20
Fuck.
to save. Yep.
Okay.
I'm being cooperative here.
That remains to be seen. When we go there, we're going to find out if this address is correct. I mean, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense for you not to give us the right address because we'd figure it out real quick. So it seems likely that you wouldn't mislead us there.
Not to mention-
If you were to lead us into a trap and we died, then it wouldn't matter. It would work out in his favor and everything would be great. For him.
Would that be a possibility?
Insight. Insight check.
Oh, an inside check.
21.
He's just trying to make light of the situation. He seems genuinely a little bit frightened and trying to put on a face.
Okay.
Mate, are you from Neverwinter?
Myself, no. I hail from up north. There's a city just north. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Mirabar. I'm from there. Big walled city. Can't miss it. Well, you can if you don't go the right direction.
You can miss it if you don't go near it.
So how did you end up with these fellas? How'd you get roped into this racket?
Recruitment efforts. I had a friend who told me about it, who heard it from his friend, who heard it from another friend, who heard it from some woman in a bar who was looking for help. So
what are they using for incentive?
money.
Oh, is that it?
Well, yeah. If I'd gotten out of here, I was A, allowed to keep whatever I could take, and B, I'd be paid 50 gold per harper that I managed to kill.
You think money's going to mean much once the planes collapse? I'm pretty sure they're...
And where were you to return
Making you
to
into
get
a
this
joke.
gold?
The lady was going to take us. So, I don't know that. But, no, yeah, you're absolutely right that I couldn't take the gold afterwards. But, hey, I could have had a great couple weeks.
So a couple weeks, that's when they're going to unleash the storm to end all life?
I don't know when they were going to do it, but I guess I would have used the gold to have a good time, wouldn't you? If you knew the world was going to end, would you not want to get as much gold and money and toys as you could so that you could have some fun?
Well, we do know the world's going to end, and that's why we're trying to stop the world from ending.
Which you've already said you've done, right?
As far as we know.
Okay. So, we're all in agreement we can stop, and I can go.
Actually, I think that the Harpers should get the right to judge what will happen to you because their organization is who you attacked.
But finders keepers. So
I don't think you want to be mine.
He's got a point.
if you say I can go, then I'm free. Go on. You know you want.
Indeed. And we could take him elsewhere.
No, we'll just leave him to the Harpers. He broke into their hideout and he killed their people. It should definitely be up to them what happens to this person.
Yeah. How many Harpers did you kill, mate?
I didn't, but I was going to claim that I did.
Well, if it's just guilt by association, then maybe the punishment won't be too harsh.
I don't know. Not up to us.
Okay.
So what's waiting for us at this address you gave us?
Well, I guess if everyone's dead, no one.
Say,
Are
for
there any-
example, not everyone's dead. Well, what would be there when we got there?
So
Like,
we were
you guys
supposed
were all rebuffed. So, was that ever a possibility that you guys discussed? If all goes to hell, regroup. Something like that. Is that a thing that happened?
So the regroup was going to be at the house, and then she and maybe others would have taken us to the castle where we would be paid.
Say again? The castle?
Yeah.
Which castle was that?
So I've been in. Well, I mean, they described it. It sounds like, but doesn't sound like Castle Nowhere. Is it Castle Nowhere from here? Let me double check which castle. No, Castle Never is the one in Neverwinter. So it sounds like Castle Never, but few slight differences. Not to mention the river of lava that it sits on. From
So
what is that?
A castle by a river of lava.
Yep.
Taslin's gonna walk away. He already knows where this is going.
So I don't know where that is, but I don't know many places that have rivers of lava. But if you have a river of lava, you got to have a lot of gold, right? Because who builds a castle on a river of lava?
Well, I think the castle,
Eccentric millionaires, right?
the castle bit tips you off to the wealth part. Whether it's lava adjacent or not, you're rolling in it.
I guess it does increase the property value of it, though.
Which would you prefer, a castle by a river of water or a castle by a river of lava?
Definitely the water.
Yeah, because you a boat in water. Like, what are you gonna do in the lava?
We'll get a fancy boat.
I don't think
Right.
we've seen a boat that can go on lava. There was a sea of fire, which was just fire. That wasn't lava, that was just fire. But I don't know that there's a... I don't want to talk about this with you.
Why not? We're getting such a good rapport together. Come on.
I say we just hand them over to the Harpers and spy on that place, that address he gave us.
So just to recap, once this job was done, you were heading back to that house, and then from the house to the castle by the lava. Is that right?
Someone was supposed to take us away to go get paid, and they said it should be at the castle. That's all I know. Please let me go.
Well, again, you kind of mess with the hoppers, so we'll defer to the hoppers, and then we're gonna get out of here. You've been great, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Pro tip:
Okay.
if you want a lighter sentence, be as cooperative as you can. Try to prove to them that you've turned over a new leaf, and you'll never do it again.
Totally. I need Nos to roll a wisdom saving throw. Please, just let me go.
7.
7. You are charmed by him, and please let me go.
All right.
I tell Nos to
Good.
stop. I command Nos to stop.
Casting command
Yes.
on Nos.
Yeah.
15 wisdom saving throw.
It's 17.
So specifically, on Nos's next turn, she will stop. But on this turn, she unhooks the manacles. Thank you very much. I will be the most cooperative person ever, but I'm going to leave now.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Shit. Bye.
I stop him from leaving.
How?
I grab him. I say, hey, I don't know what you just did there. I don't know what you just did there. I don't like it though. Athletics.
Yep.
Natural 1.
What's the total though? Because there's no automatic failure.
1.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, he manages to deftly dodge out of the way. Bye.
Hey,
And
come back here.
Running for the door.
Wampum throws his axe at him before he's leaving the room.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I'm so proud of you, Wampa.
17.
Yeah, that's going to hit him.
16 slashing.
Okay. Got an axe embedded in his back as he falls.
Why
And
did you do that? He was cool.
But now at this point, Nos would know that you were charmed by him.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
You got any other objections?
No. Saves us having to deal with him. But it's just a shame. I think he could have actually been pretty good if we taught him some things and improved his demeanor. He was pretty suave. I kind of liked the guy myself.
Whatever.
Well, he still got that gift fella. Maybe you could teach him some tricks.
Yeah. Does anyone speak Gith?
I could.
Okay.
I'll ask Leosin if he's here. Do you have anybody that speaks their language?
We could have some people that might be able to use magic to gain the knowledge of the language in order to communicate. That's possible.
Great. All right, then you can just do that. Then. Just be careful of them being able to plane shift away and stuff.
Will do.
I
Will do.
want me manacles back.
Okay. Can you take them off of him?
Yep. I'll take them off.
All right. And then he'll grab whatever he can to just kind of tie around this guy's shoulders, and have a bunch of harpers go and detain him, put him in the detainment center, and we will question him later. Thank you very much for defending the city. You all did a fantastic job and deserve recognition. I hereby grant upon each of you, should you desire such a thing, the rank within the organization of, what was the second one? I can't remember. Come on, load up the notes. So slow. There we go. So, Harp Shadow. So he offers each of you the title of Harp Shadow within the Harpers. With that comes the opportunity to also command and requisition the aid of any watcher within the organization.
That might be useful later.
Sure.
We've been using these rings from time to time to indicate affiliation with the Hoppers when needed, sparingly when we use the teleportation network. Does this come with, like, you're very well decorated with insignias? Should we continue using those rings, or is there something else that we should be using?
The rings just consider you to be a friend of the organization, not necessarily a member. And friends are somewhat treated a little bit differently from normal, from actual members. What we can do, it's a bit of a mess right now in terms of badges and things. We can get any of your uniforms monikered and all of that with the right insignias. But what we do have available is a tattoo. We could give you a magical tattoo that denotes your rank.
Can I get it on my butt?
Yes, you can.
So when someone says, "Prove you're a hopper," you're just gonna moan them? Is that?
I'm gonna tell them to kiss my butt.
I'm good on the tattoo thing.
I'll get one.
A magical tattoo? So you just like wave your hand, or is it like?
We don't actually embed you in it. We wipe a special kind of cloth over the area, and it will embed the tattoo within it. It lasts for 30 days as long as you pay your dues to the organization. You can get it renewed, and then the benefit of it is that it is not visible unless you wish it to be visible.
Like if somebody casts like a light cantrip on it, it reveals itself, or what?
No, like it pulls up. You see nothing.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it was one of those
And
cool
there it is.
new style tattoos,
Yeah, I'll take it. But then we're gonna be off. We're gonna check out that house.
Okay, where do you want it?
Put it right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forearm.
So forearm, Taslin.
Forearm.
Forearm.
Shoulder.
Anyone else? Shoulder. And no. Right? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, very well. Do be careful, and let us know if we can aid you in any way. You have definitely helped us through all of this. So, farewell.
I'm gonna give
Great.
Leosin a hug before we go, because I know that he's like trying to maintain this persona of being the guy in charge right now. But they just lost like 20-something people, and they didn't wake up expecting this. So I'm gonna give him a big hug to allow him to release some of that stress to me, and I will whisper, "We don't trust Lord Belvedere."
No. Pourquoi?
He's what put us into this mess in the first place, and he might have like some things are tying potentially back to him coincidentally. And it might just be a little bit too much coincidence. We don't know what's going on yet. He might not know that he's a part of this, but just keep an eye out.
Do you think there's any possibility that when he roped you into all of this, that the action of doing so was beneficial in any way to these individuals, this white hand?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, at a moment, one of their priests thought about recruiting us. I'm not sure. Like I said, we haven't gotten to the bottom of anything because we've been out there in the other planes fighting and killing.
And when did the priest want to recruit you? Was it after you had done what the Lord had commanded you to do, or was it later?
It was after we'd gotten done doing what he had asked us to do.
Interesting. Okay. We will have some people take a look at Lord Belvedere.
Okay, be very careful.
We will.
Yeah.
No, so it's a really long hug. Come on, let's.
But it's Leosin.
2 more minutes.
Be Leosin.
Just 2 more minutes.
Hand starts gravitating towards the butt.
You got some comfortable accommodations?
Us? Well, yeah, you were sleeping in them earlier.
I'm just making sure they're still there.
Yes, we've got plenty. All right, he'll let Nos go, and then you can all wander off into the city. It is late in the evening, if I remember rightly. You were attacked after sundown, so it's evening time. What do you going off to the address on the northern side of the city?
Should we take a short rest before we do so?
It might be a good idea if we do more than just a short one.
Well, there's a chance that there are also other survivors, and if their safe house was up there, the quicker we get there, the more time or the more opportunity we have to catch whoever else is involved. I'd like to get there as quickly as possible.
Well, lead on.
Indeed.
Okay. You'll make your way up out of the chasm onto the main city and then across the bridge to the northern half of Neverwinter. Following the streets, everything is quietening down. It's late at night. Everyone's going to bed. So as the lamp lights begin to light, you have an opportunity to just walk and talk and be by yourself before you get to the house. Is there anything that you wanted to do before you arrive at the safe house location?
I guess I'll start chatting up Kale, and I'll ask. I thought you were a pretty good judge of character. How did she get the drop on us? And can we believe anything that she said? Was all that story about the storm scythe a fiction she conjured? I don't know what to believe anymore, mate.
I don't know what to tell you. Can you believe anything I say? I'm constantly wrong about people's intentions. I constantly misread people. I give information that's either ignored or misleading. I'd say just use your best judgment from now on.
I wouldn't say you're constantly doing that stuff. I just this is one time.
You've done other times. Look, I don't know. She was well practiced in magic, so it was difficult for me to scry on her, read her mind, all those things that I try and do and that rarely work out in her favor anyway.
How quietly would they be talking? Would they be within earshot?
I'm trying to whisper it, or just,
Okay.
I'm trying to be.
Yeah, I would try and match whatever tone we've got here.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty quiet. You'd notice they're whispering, but you wouldn't really be able to listen in.
I'll lean over towards. I'm assuming like Nos and Wampum are on the left and the right of me. I'll be in the front. I'll look to both of them. I believe the castle he was talking about is the one in Evernight in the Shadowfell.
Ah.
I heard lava.
The lava's what gave it away.
You sure it's not the city of brass?
Believe me,
bright?
I would know.
How bright is lava in the Shadowfell? Does it actually look like lava, or does it look like I don't know?
The slow-moving lava still pools through the city. It's as bright as one would expect in the Shadowfell. It's a dull reminder of the disaster that struck Neverwinter. And it's still very much present.
Okay, well, it sounds like that their hideout in the Shadowfell is the Shadowfell version of Never Castle. Is that what you're saying? All right.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Say, Kale, mate, we didn't let those bards in or those undead in or all those other folks who attacked. So whatever happened, it wasn't her specifically. I guess I'm just trying to figure out what parts that she said that we can act on and what parts we just need to forget.
Well, don't forget anything. Just remember it all and act on what you think would be best to act on. But just do so cautiously. That's the best we can ever do, really. I can probe minds and ask gods for answers to questions, but that's nobody's omnipotent, and even the thoughts that people have can be, even privately to themselves, can be muddied or misleading. People lie to themselves all the time as much as they lie to anyone else. So it's difficult to gain any knowledge about anything, really. Truth, the pursuit of truth is it's such a lofty goal, but I'm sure you don't want to get into a full-on philosophical debate about that right now. That'd be a bit much.
Be a bit one-sided, I reckon.
Probably. Look, while we have a second alone while they're all interacting up there, definitely keep a wary eye on Taslin. I heard him mention before that he can't let the dwarf die yet. Could be innocuous, might not be. I don't know. I find it difficult to trust anybody who puts their allegiance in such an inscrutable monarch as the Raven Queen. So just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Will do.
You guys will arrive outside the household. It's a 2-story building. It's no light on inside that you can see. Everything is quiet. The door to it is open. There are closed windows on all 4 sides around the outside of this 2-story building on both floors. But the front door is open. What do you do when you get to this point? Are you staking it out? Are you going inside to take a look? What are you doing?
I'm going to pull out my Wand of Secrets, and I'm just going to have it ready for when we go in.
I'm gonna start climbing the wall, going for a window.
All right.
I'm
All right.
up in the front door.
Okay, so the front door's already open, so you can just walk on in if you'd like.
I'll walk in.
Okay.
Before
Nos-
he walks in, I'll
Yep.
be like, Wampum, hold on 1 second, and then I'll get my lucky rock out and I'll touch his shoulder and cast guidance on him. Just be careful, try and be quiet or careful or whatever.
Okay.
As Nos climbs the walls, she notices that the windows aren't black because there's no light. There is no light in there, but they're black because they've been blackened. The inside of the glass has all been painted black, such that you can't see through them. Wampum steps through and is able to immediately see why. Inside the center of this household, is what looks like a misty gate, beyond which appears to be a grey, dull landscape, some dead and broken trees, the view of some ruined buildings beyond. You see a doorway to the Shadowfell, just sitting in the center of this house, ready and open.
So I'll walk in.
You may want to take a look at this.
I will come up and take a look because it seems like it's safe. He's not being attacked by anybody. So that should be fine.
So you'll come around the corner and you will see a doorway to the Shadowfell into Evernight.
Does it look like I've seen the gate spell cast before? Does that look like a gate spell?
What is the... Let me double check the duration of gate.
Is that be the location that I be thinking it is?
Looks like it. Oh. Yeah, gate only lasts a minute.
Yeah, so it's similar in style, but it's not specifically gate. You've walked through a portal to the Shadowfell before. It's like that, but it doesn't. Like, roll an Arcana check or an investigation or something like that. Something intelligent.
I will do Arcana. It's 21.
Okay. There's something different about this one from other portals that you've seen. You have the innate ability to sense nearby portals to the Feywild. You've experienced portals to the Feywild and portals to the Shadowfell and back and forth. But those were all naturally occurring portals. This one seems to be an unnaturally occurring one. It is slightly different in its nature. It's a lot more cleaner cut. It is a portal that has been crafted by someone else to be in this location, rather than naturally just arriving.
It's like a permanent looking thing.
But it appears permanent, yeah.
Okay. I will quickly look over to Wampum and be like, be on the lookout for the Guardians of Shadow. This is probably our portal to the Shadowfell that we kept hearing about.
Wampum will reach down and grab his axe.
So it's weird that the door was just left open.
As Wampum grabs his axe, as the portal is in front of you, you'll hear a bit of a screech sound. Creatures walking past the portal on the other side of the portal, demonic forms that take no notice of your portal, that just walk through. But it's clear that they have chains in their hands that they are dragging past the portal. In these chains are a group of humanoid individuals tied up, being dragged across the floor of the street inside the Shadowfell. And it's with that we will end tonight's session. So, join us next time as our party decide what to do with this entrance to the Shadowfell. Next week, we will not hold a session, if I remember rightly. Christmas vacation's kind of getting in the way of things, but we will be back the week after, correct, folks?
Yep.
Everyone? Yep. So join us again in 2 weeks when we continue this adventure of the half-rate heroes. Good night, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.